missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. Too bad that you couldn't see the man that boy could be. There is more than meets the eye. I see the soul that... Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve, Omi, Devve, Definity, Dacat, Smol, and birthday stream update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, so the super thanks button down below. Mr. MC1, my man. How you doing?
Randy Chavez, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Like Spider-Man said in 2002, okay. Trying to be better. What about yourself?
All right, doing great, doing great. Are we live as yet or no, not yet?
Yeah, we're live. We've been live for 1 minute now.
All right, love it, man, love it. So I've got a birthday tune to play you on the piano.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give it a minute.
All right.
Everybody ready?
We are ready. Shout out to everyone in the comments saying happy birthday. Yay! He did it.
Happy birthday, Randy.
All right, let's get this bread.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for coming by with your sartorial charm. Looking great.
Yeah, look at this, man. This is the Don Juan Solos jacket. For those of you who guys hoodie. For those of you who don't have it, haven't got it, you probably want to write to this guy, Don Juan Solo. His sister does a lot of this stuff. So it's got the Veve logo. It's got, you know, my name. It's got Veve on the back. It's got mint number here. And it's got Veve. Check that out, guys. But anyway, so, but yeah, if you don't have these, you got to hit up Don Juan Solo and get it. Amazing stuff. You have one?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go requote this and say like, let's. You're also breaking up a little bit.
What's that?
You're breaking up a little bit. Wonder if that's me because I have.
Yeah, no, that's me.
Okay, as I say, it's it was snowing out here before.
Give me a minute. Let me switch my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, sure.
Give me one quick second. I'll switch my Wi-Fi.
Of course, taking my phone off as well. All right, that's a little better. Well, maybe it's not for you. I don't know. We'll see. Shout out to everyone out there in the comments. We got a bunch of news to go over today also.
Hey, Randy, is it better?
Yeah, good. I could hear you. I could hear you very well.
All right. Perfect. So I saw your post today. Very interesting. You're in a relationship with the Facebook one, man. So it says you're in a relationship now. You'll have to explain this really. Randy, are you in a relationship with God? Are you in a relationship with yourself? Are you in a relationship with crypto? Or is there a special someone?
Well, I've always had an intense relationship with my microwave and my toaster, I think, to keep up bread. But yeah, I've been since like July, August, as soon as my back started getting better, I was like, okay, get a little healthy, get in shape. And then started posting thirst traps on Instagram. And then obviously the girls started coming. And I thought like this time, like, okay, I'm not gonna heck around. I'm gonna get in shape, we're gonna eat right, we're gonna let's try to find someone. And really the big push to try to find someone like really came from Charlie Kirk. After I'd always listen to some of his clips on like TikTok, and then the tenets of his lessons is like, dude, just get married, have kids, and raise them to be free thinking, just good, genuine people.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, let's Operation Find a Wife, taking applications for girlfriend, and for a few months of dating a lot of people, and
Yeah.
and then I think I found someone that genuinely really loves and cares about me, and want to see where it goes. There's obviously there's hiccups in any type of thing, so we'll but hopefully, fingers crossed, we
love it, man, love it.
Yeah.
Randy, nothing better than doing something like that, man. Like I met the lady who's my wife now more than 2 decades ago, and shout out to Mrs. MC1 who's watching on her device today. I think Randy, she's probably watching it for the first time, and today's the first day she probably also found out that we are co-owners of the Randy Chavez channel. So shout out to Mrs. MC1 today.
100%.
Yeah. But good move, man. Good move. And by the way, you look at shop, man. You've lost a lot of weight. You're looking absolutely, fantastic. I saw you in that lovely crisp shirt. Everybody was wondering, hey, what happened to Randy, man? He's put on a suit here, man.
I think the best compliment of that weekend was K Collections asking me, like, Randy, did you get lipo? And I was like, no, I just started eating well.
Casey's so funny.
Yeah,
hey,
she's
Bill
great.
Gardner, how's Bill doing, man? There you go.
Yeah. Bill, thanks for the super chat. I would love Bill. Bill might have an announcement in the next couple of weeks. I don't know what that's about, but we'll see. Have him on the channel for that. Anyway, we love Bill. He's great.
Love it. Let me find the YouTube. I want to send you a little gift here. I'm on the other thing now. But so Randy, what's any birthday resolutions, brother?
Yeah. I guess this has been a crazy couple of days. I'll fill you in privately at some point, but I guess New Year's resolution. A lot of things are probably out of my control.
Yeah.
The things that are out, it'd just be like, all right, crypto hitting. But hopefully make sure that the quality of the comics that come out on that my name is like signed on to that on Veve next year is good. Make sure like I go through the editing process really well. Make sure there, because like God forbid, like we get like a typo in there and it's like no. So it would be to really double down on that. It would be to go to a bunch of these cons, really representing Dacat, but also to be like, oh, where can we, buy some of your work? Oh, you can buy it on Veve. What's a Veve? So it would be a bit of both Dacat and Veve. And then also to really be a little bit more open about some of the other non-crypto that I own. I was to people like I own shares in certain companies here and there, and but I haven't really been too open about what that is, how I got it, and really, it's like if you're let's say you're like 18 years old and you want to be like a personal trainer, and like you're let's say you study it and high school, maybe you didn't officially go to school for it, but if you're kind of scrawny, it's like, okay, how many people are going to want to listen to you? I think that even though building up a decent sized portfolio, it probably would have been better if I had gone into other stuff outside of crypto these last 4 years. But as that happens and all of the stuff that I have, kind of takes off, it would be okay. And the audience grows. Like, here's a deep dive on why, and I always do. I always give like, hey, here, but I'm talking like right now it's like 70 people. There's not a lot of people here. But in the future, when there's like 900 people, and we've had that before, we've had a couple thousand people on, but
of course.
When the bull run comes out, not just talk about the crypto and why, but just, hey, here's the reasons behind why I'm doing things, and here's how I'm trying to be a better person, and hopefully inculcate a lot of those values in the young men and women, but a lot of young men that are watching. Because that, you know, if I have a platform, try to pass on what I know, but
Yeah.
two, you know, if I could make everyone that listens just think maybe a little bit differently and just try to be a little bit better, then
Yeah.
that's probably, I mean, if I have the presence that I have the clouds, like, okay, try to do something good with it, and then be like, okay, charity time. Let's go to, you know, buying the land of Madagascar, buying whatever. So maybe make some headway on that, on the charity goals as well.
You know, my wife loves nature and a lot of philanthropy as well. I mean, I don't think she knows what your, you know, mission and purpose in life is, to give away like 90+% of your wealth to, hey, Bill Gardner, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. He's an awesome dude, man. Cool Mo, there you go. Hey, Cool Mo, how you doing, brother? This guy is absolute tech genius. Tech genius. You got to follow this guy. But yeah, you know, I don't think my wife knows that, you know, you want to give more than 90% of your wealth to preserving nature and to the rainforest, based on, you know, where your origins are from. But amazing, you know, Randy, love it, brother, love it. Hey, listen, I'm super excited about your comic as well. 2026 may that also bring you a lot of success with your new chapter in comic creation, beyond just sort of all this other stuff that you're doing with crypto and with these projects. And the Dacat, you've got some very amazing projects, man. Dacat is an incredible one. Looking forward to the comic. And Deve's another one, and Definity. So Definity for me, I mean, shit, man. Most people don't know. Like, I'm enjoying the Randy Chavez riches here, man. Most people don't know. They look at like the number of people who watch your channel or whatever. They don't know who's watching. You know, it's quality that matters, dude. Like that $2,000 check that you sent me the other day. Oh my God, thank you very much. And that was just my share of it. Is that kind of what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, Randy Chavez. Look at you, brother. Look at you. So happy for you. So happy for you. I still remember, man. It was a year and a half ago, you know, I told you, hey, Randy, you should, you know, monetize your channel and blah, 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 and seek investment and stuff. And then you know, you straightened out your shirt and you said, hey, you know, Mr. MC1, I still have that clip somewhere, man. That clip brings so many smiles to my face every single day. It's not even funny.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll get more deals like that. But also the idea of, again, the crypto is great and that'll do really well, but the companies behind it as well, like being able to go and say like, hey, here's why I also have shares in the company, and I guess teaching people how to be able to do that, and how to network, and how to just go up and talk to people and like ask them, like, you know, 3 years ago I had no idea who Manu Chowdhury was of DMA Link, of Bloomsbury Money, and just going up and talking to people, and the importance of networking and having a internet presence. Like, I know some people that are just like, well, it's better if you talk to people, you know, really in person. And yeah, I prefer that over talking like one-on-one on a screen. But just building that presence and building a network. I mean, you know, you're like the king of that, of networking. Like you go like, and that leads to such amazing opportunities, and that leads to, you know, power brokering. And that's yeah. But anyway, getting back to the companies, we should talk about I don't know if you saw the recent interview that we did with Manu.
Yeah, of course.
That's okay, cool. So yeah, he talked about DMA Link and then Bloomsbury Money a little bit. Very curious to see where that goes. Main competitor theirs got bought up earlier this year for a massive amount, like multiple massive amount of money. And it gets me curious. Like back in the day, I had, when Veve was valued a little bit higher, I was like, wouldn't it be great if they could raise X amount of money and then buy a gaming studio like Square Enix, so that this way they could, you know, make games in like the Veveverse that comes out at some point. What do you think about something like that? We're always in the business of companies acquiring others and buying into companies. What do you think about Veve raising money?
Gaming is a very involved kind of a thing. You know, like once you get into gaming, it's a very serious kind of business. You know, it's a very concentrated business. You can't be doing half this, half that. You know, gaming. My sense is, David wanted to stay away from, creating a game kind of thing, at least for a while. But he's quite okay to kind of do all these gaming assets on Veve, which I think is a good sort of thing for now. But eventually, I suppose, it's just like an Amazon, right? They kept getting more and more businesses, more and more businesses. I suppose once the successes come, they'll kind of go into all these other types of businesses too. And one of them, it makes sense, naturally makes sense to kind of be in that space. But yeah, we'll see how that works out, man. About the networking piece, man, I can't tell you, hey, Vibes, man, look at that, man. What an amazing filmmaker from Britain, man. This man is just a top filmmaker, man. He makes such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film. And the way he films it, it's very special. It's all kind of in his brain. He's got it all set, and he'll shoot these different clips all over and bring them together. Love Vibes, man. But yeah, Randy, I'll tell you, man, so I am in stealth right now. So apart from all the other stuff that I'm working on, I'm basically starting a company. I'm co-founding a company with my brother. We are raising $1 million in a post-money safe with a 12 million cap. One of the top product leaders from Google, DeepMind, is going to invest and advise. My buddy, who's the CMO of Zillow, is going to be in it. There's a bunch of other, Veve people in it as well. I mean, you can probably, if you know my circle, they're all in as well. So a bunch of people, man. I'm super excited. It's in stealth. I can't talk about it much right now. Only to select investors under NDA. But my sense is sometime middle of next year, I'll be ready to come out of stealth around that time. So then I'll kind of share a little bit more about what that is. But yeah, man, we might have to cut a little check to the Randy Chavez channel for a little sponsorship. What we're doing and stuff too. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, cool. Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah,
so definitely seek everybody's blessing here, man. Just all your love, prayers, and blessings, man. That's what we need. We're starting on an ambitious journey here.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'd love to have the sponsorship. Talk about it all the time. That'd be good. Thanks everyone for the B-Day wishes.
Yeah, look at that, man. All the OGs are showing up, man, for your birthday.
When's your birthday again?
Brother, mine's June. The other side, the other half of the year.
Yeah, this is the other half. Say, are we doing anything for your birthday? This I guess depends where the bull market is.
Yeah, it depends where the bull market is. We'll do something, man. We'll do something. Last time I went on to X and I did this giveaway with David and stuff like that. Gave out a bunch of Veve gold and silver logos and stuff too. But yeah,
we love to do giveaways here. They're great.
Foggy 16, how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, he was the winner of the last giveaway, so he got that. So good for him.
Nice.
So what are you thinking about Veve's burns and their so now that they have a lot more burns, so essentially that kind of takes the place of buybacks. Instead of taking the would-be revenue and then buying it back and then burning, they're just going straight to burning, which is nice.
Yeah.
But that also kind of negates a little bit of that buy pressure. What do you think the purpose is of just going straight to burns? Is it because it was easier and it guarantees the burns?
I wasn't involved in any of the decision making, but I think it's just a question of ease, right? Yo, Iron Man 616, brother, good to see you. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where I don't know if it was regulatory or not, but it's a good decision. I think it's a great decision to kind of just do these burns. Either which way, it's changing the supply, if you will, and that's a good thing. And then over time, it adds up, right? I've seen people, when they didn't have it, there were a lot of people who were buying gems and this, that, and the other and doing whatever. But the amount of action in OMI now is great. And I think it just keeps growing. And I can't wait for, look, man, the real legend out here is Dr. Profit, man. What he's doing with this collect chain, freaking insane, man. The difference between the Veve community and the others is basically, Veve's got guys like Dr. Profit who put a lot of their own money on the line, put their money where their mouth is, and build on behalf of the community with Veve and David and Dan and these guys. I mean, that type of, everybody knows he's got deep pockets. There's like people in a lot of communities have deep pockets.
Yeah.
There's always deep pocketed people in every community, whether it's DC, Marvel, Bored Ape, and the punks and the world of women and all of these cryptoids and all. Like there's wealth all over, man. Futureverse, Root Network, and they all do some cool stuff. I mean, there are people who step up. Like I like what they're doing with the Root Network as well. I mean, the community in Singapore has stepped up and they said, hey, the community will take it over. They wrote a white paper. They're doing something with this TRN Labs. I'm curious to learn more. I just didn't have enough time to dig into it. That's why I kind of asked you. But what Dr. Prophet does, man, that's like next level. I mean, it's literally next level. That man is amazing. And I think it just, I bought more OMI because of Dr. Prophet. Because I believe he's going to make OMI great again, or whatever you want to call it.
So I think that speaks on, and I think that kind of holds a mirror up to the community, because some people are just like, okay, yeah, but when OMI Moon? And it's like, okay, listen, that could happen at any time, but even if you do something that people want today, are you preparing for the future? And nobody, so they're solving a big problem of why a lot of these licensors either won't get into Web3, or they're in Web3, but they want to stay in these closed ecosystems because that guarantees their royalty. And if they step outside of it, they can't guarantee their royalty. And the leader of Pudgy Penguins would have been making like $10 million by now if there was a place that could guarantee his royalty fees. So you were likely going to have dozens, but probably hundreds of companies and existing communities that'll be ready to migrate over, because then they can get their royalty fees guaranteed, because it all happens on chain. And again, I don't know why nobody did this in the first place. I don't know how the idea came to them. I don't know why, but that's what they're doing. And solving that major issue doesn't just create some momentary hype. That is an increasing fundamental. It has their innovation stack just go crazy. This would probably, and I wish that somehow there was some type of, and maybe there is, I don't know between the companies, but some type of equity swap between, like, okay, maybe now part of Stacker owns part of Veve and part of Veve owns part of Stacker, and maybe they own part of this chain, and this way they get revenues from that in the future. That would be huge.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but to me, the way I look at it is, think of a house, right? There's one house. That house is collectibles, and it's a lot of stuff in that house, but it's got different doors. There's a front door which is called Veve for the Web2 type people, and 2.5, whatever you want to call it. There's Stacker, which is more Web3 but not fully Web3. And then you have a collect chain, which is building, and that will be pure Web3, right? I mean, I think a lot of people didn't miss what Prophet shared during Decon, but that's going to be pure Web3 ownership, this, that, and the other. Licensors have unlimited kind of authority on chain to do stuff. And then you've got all these other kind of windows, if you will, right, by which you can go into this ecosystem and play with it and do stuff. And in this house, it's not a house, it's like a freaking warehouse now with every single type of IP in it. You've got Marvel, you've got DC, you've got, Street Fighter and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and all the artists, and you got music and stuff like that. So Veve is just quietly building, they're amassing this huge intellectual property. David's just filling up the warehouse with all of this stuff, and then you have guys like Prophet and Dan building different things. And obviously Veveverse maybe is a little too early. Maybe the market's not ripe enough for it, but they've got that too, at any given point in time.
And that's just something that I feel like there was I forget the name. I think they did a remake of American Psycho with Mila Kunis years back. Like, nobody's ever heard of the movie. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, Mila Kunis is in this, so I'm going to watch it. And it was like, okay. And then my friend's brother that was there, and he's just like, oh, you want to know, like, and I was like, curious, like, damn, like Mila Kunis, like, why have I never heard of this? And he's just like, sometimes actors do certain roles, not because it'll make them money, not because the script is really good, but just to say that, oh, I've done a thriller, and they put it on their resume and they have that base covered.
Yeah.
I feel like Veve, the Veve verse adds another notch in their belt, like just like for the metaverse, it probably increased the valuation of the overall company.
Yeah.
And then when that metaverse narrative takes hold, they're already there and they got one.
Yeah.
It's like, what's their name? I think it was Pudgy Penguins that had partnered with like Kung Fu Panda, and the community went crazy. Like, oh my God, part of Pudgy, we part with Kung Fu Panda is like $1 billion business or IP. And I was like, yeah, they're right. And Veve has it already, and 200 plus others. And I just feel like none of this is priced in. Hey, William Kiefer, thank you for the super chat saying happy birthday. Here's some Taco Bell money. This in your fridge. Keep grinding.
Hey, William, brother, just gotta, it's one day at a time, man. You just gotta keep grinding, and then one fine day, it starts kind of switching the other way,
The grinding don't stop.
The grinding don't stop, brother. Grinding don't stop. I mean, man, this was a big decision for me, to start a company is quite a grind, like this is me basically walking around, raising money, going to investors, working with product team, working with tech and designing and stuff like that. This is like seriously like, you're starting from scratch kind of thing, working on it.
Yeah.
Where's Dr. Rolex, brother? He sent me a message. Yo, brother, I'm up. Okay. Oh, he's kind of a little busy. So let's see if he can come on, like at least.
Oh, that'd be cool. But yeah, love him. He's awesome. Hey, what's up,
he's
Kuma?
an amazing guy, man. But yeah, that's kind of how that works, brother. But hey, Kuma, how you doing, brother? Good to see you as well.
We love him. We love Kuma. He's great. He was there in Vegas doing the what's that called? Well, what's that called when you go from zip lining? He did some zip lining.
On this thing, right? In the Fremont.
Yeah.
That was quite amazing. I think Tammy did that. A bunch of people did that, right?
Yeah, I think Dr. Stuff did that as well. There's a bunch of
that Dr. Stuff guy, man, he's amazing.
I love him.
Like I've seen him doing all those acrobatics and stuff, right? That's amazing.
Yeah, he took me to the gym, the acrobatics. There's a bunch of stuff I couldn't do because my back is still a little messed up. But yeah, he's amazing with that. And I was able to do a couple of things. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I was surprised, I guess, just because being athletic back in the day, I was just surprised. I was like, oh, I can actually do some of these things. This is pretty fun.
So Dr. Rolex is going to join as well. I mean, he'll be on the listener side, but he'll be on him a little bit as well. Yeah. But yeah, that's cool, man.
There he is.
Dr. Rolex, how you doing, brother?
My man,
is amazing.
We love him. He's so chill.
Congratulations to both of you on the big win for the Veve 5-year awards, community awards. Randy, your win was super special. That was amazing. And Dr. Rolex, of course, man, that's amazing too. So congrats to you guys. Did you like the ceremony and everything? I thought it was super sweet and special, man.
Yeah, it was. And I also had I love you too, man. I also had the pleasure of kind of sitting with Foster Hilt and Mark Quinn. Mark Quinn he got awarded with a level 100. Yeah, he was in there, and they're just really cool bros. They're just cool people. So we were just broing out, and it was fun, kind of with just vibing with everyone. It was just such a cool time. And then having everyone that 5-year anniversary. So one that made it special just because the 5-year anniversary, and then getting to win on top of that, I was like, that was cool.
That was cool, man.
I wasn't sure I would win because I saw O'Malley like really pumping. He's like, guys, go vote for me. And I never made a post like that. I was like, so I wasn't sure if I was going to win because
oh man, you got quite the following, Randy. I mean, you got a big audience, man.
Yeah, I just didn't like tell people to vote. Like if I did, it probably would have been a blowout, but I didn't. So I was like, oh, everyone else has been kind of pushing it. I haven't even told anyone, but people just they came through.
Hey, I voted for you, Randy. I didn't vote for myself. I voted for you. Sorry, emoji. Love you guys all.
The first there was a competition like 2021. It was a Christmas competition of who's your favorite YouTuber, and I won that too. But that was like a little online poll
Randy
thing. This
flexing.
one was like a bigger, you know, much bigger one. It's like, okay, this is dope.
Hey, brother, what do you do on your birthday though? Did you cut a cake or like did you like what
Uh,
was like what do you
so
do? What's the birthday for you, man?
this weekend
Yo, Fluffy, how you doing,
I
brother?
flew out the girl here
Huh?
and was like, okay, let's, so we spent the weekend together. Dropped her back off at the airport yesterday, and then today, like honestly, like I didn't really work for 3 days, so I hit the ground running today. Had a bunch of meetings. I
Yeah.
worked on the cat comic. I have a new comic that I was hired to do called Smol. It's
Oh, that's amazing. That dog, this thing, man. That guy's a Michigan State guy, man.
yeah,
I
he
was
is.
like, Randy, like he was wearing this hat, and you asked him, "Hey, what's that hat?" And he says, "Oh, this is Spartan, Michigan State." He would just like roll on from there without saying anything, bro. Like that's how can you not? Like you gotta basically say, "Oh my God, that is amazing." Your partner is a Michigan State guy, and blah blah blah.
I had to rep Ohio though, right? I had to.
Oh,
I,
that's why. That's why.
yeah, I had to keep the cool. I was like, yeah. So we did that. That was fun. And then, him and his girlfriend are pretty awesome. They're both in like that, not conservation, on that fostering, and
Yeah,
mentioned me what he was doing. 60% of the
yeah.
revenues go to charities and fosters. Like this is amazing. I don't know what their token's going to do, whatever, but they have enough
Yeah,
to have me write the comic, and that
love
to
it.
try to have it fit. Now I have to have another one fit into the overall story, and I don't know. I
It's
have
gonna
an
be
idea of
like a
how it's fit.
series of comics, or you just agreed to the first one?
For Small, I'd agreed to the
Yeah.
first one, but he'll get a crossover with the cat. So everyone that I write is all going to be
Yeah.
in our universe. Um, they get their own, but then they also get a crossover into one of mine down the line. So I actually I have to stop it now because I'm being paid to write Small, but I was in the middle of writing a Dashi comic, and
Oh, love
uh,
it.
so spoilers
Love it,
towards
brother.
the
Love it.
in that comic you'll see, oh, this is how it's connected,
Yeah.
and here's how Dashi will be brought into the greater
Yeah.
story, and I'll do that for Small as well, where they have their own independent story, but then at the end
Yeah.
it's like the last page or two is like a Marvel extra credit scene. It shows them how they bring into the other universe, and there'll be some wicked cool crossovers,
Now,
and
now,
that'll be
Dashi does have a seat of his own when he goes with you, correct?
goes with me where.
Like when you moved him, he had a seat
Oh
of his own
yeah,
on the
yeah.
plane.
Dashi had to buy Dashi a plane ticket. Yeah.
That is pretty cool, man. That is pretty cool. That's gotta be part of the storyline. That has gotta be part of the storyline.
So Dashi for
Yeah.
the lore behind Dashi, at least in the comic, is that
Mm.
it takes place, I don't know, like 10, 20,000 years ago, but
Oh.
before the last ice age. And
Mm.
Dashi's power, Dashi was just a normal dog, and then a cosmic entity that may or
Mm.
may not be related to Cthulhu had heard Dashi's cry for revenge because you had these. Again, it's in the time where you had humans were hunter gatherers, and
Yeah.
they had just domesticated wolves into like dogs. And Dashi's big enough to be able to fight off wolves, and a lot of Dashi's clan just got wrecked, and Dashi's
Mm.
just like, I have to protect the rest of my clan. It's just like women and kids left mostly, and this entity hears Dashi's like determination and will, and basically gives Dashi like superpowers. And one of the powers that Dashi has is Dashi has maybe like 1,000 years that he can live, but if he goes into statue mode,
Yeah.
then if he's in statue mode for a year, like the 1,000 years that he has doesn't continue going down. If he stays a statue for 1,000 years, then and he's 900 or he's 100 years old, he doesn't become 1,100 years old. He just becomes, as soon as he turns
Yeah. Yeah.
back
Yeah.
from the
Yeah. I
statue,
see it. Yeah.
then the clock starts ticking again. And again, he's got a bunch of other stuff. So there's a time skip, and then there's doctors that are like, hey,
Yeah.
you're like technology gets better, and they determine, because Dashi's just finding all this out. Like
So
Dashi
what's
doesn't know
Dashi's
anything.
circle look like? Is it you in the circle, or Dashi's just sort of Dashi doing his Dashi things?
So in that comic, so Dashi was gifted intelligence. He can communicate with pretty much any other being.
Yeah, yeah.
So he can communicate with his own kind from his original language, communicate with humans,
Yeah.
and I'm not really in that. So in the Dacat universe, I'm a cat.
Oh,
Dashi will. I don't know. I don't even know if we'll have any lines together because,
got it.
again, Dashi's a dog, so he's not going to be contacted by Cat
Yeah,
World.
cat
He'll be
world different than
contacted
dog world.
by
Oh,
someone else. So Dashi and Smol will probably share, and Pro the Doge will probably share, but
that,
we'll all probably be fighting a common
yeah,
enemy or enemies way
yeah.
down the line. So that'll be really fun, and I can't wait to read it. Anyway, I had to put that on hold while I start doing the Smol comic.
Yeah, the small ones, something you probably want to, it's a timing thing, right? Get it done
Yeah.
when you can. But I love the storyline behind, just the story behind the background and the genesis of this guy, who's got creating all this social media and coin and everything with Small. Fascinating, Randy. I mean, that was how'd you meet this guy, man?
Matt Wallace, like 2 years ago, just randomly gave me a follow, and he had a bunch of followers. I was like, oh, I'll give him a follow as well. So every now and then I scroll through Twitter and I see what he just retweets and posts.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, like, here's a dog that is going to have more OnlyFans subscribers than Sophie Ray. I was like, what
I saw that.
what is that?
That was funny, dude. That was funny.
So I reach out and I was like, hey, like, I just got like a elevator pitch of what this was. This sounds really cool. Can I get you on the show? And then he said, yeah. And I'm in their Telegram chat, like in like the voice chat. And as I went in there, they're like, yeah, this dude, Randy, he's got like 23,000 followers. And it's like, oh, he's here right now. I was like, oh, hey guys, I was just, checking y'all out. So we set it up literally at like 7:13 p.m. for like 45 minutes later,
Wow.
for 8. And then, yeah, that was, so that's how we met. And then, so I subscribed live, I pay $5 a month to see cute pictures of them. And then we got to talking afterwards, and they said, we agreed to the pay schedule or pay structure for, writing the comic. And I'm very like, I don't have a bag of it. I didn't buy any. I wasn't gifted. There was in the Telegram chat, you can like gift crypto, which people used to do with Omi back in the day. People would gift each other like millions of Omi because it was like quad 03. So a million Omi was like $30. So it didn't matter. But they did that with me with Smol. I don't even know how to get it out of there. It's consider it locked up for a while. So that's that.
That's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah. So all the animals will they'll speak their own language, but they have a central language that everyone speaks as well. And that central language it's just human English. And so that's how. But in Dashi's world, 10,000 years prior, there was no, the dogs couldn't communicate. So again, Dashi's from a different time, and Dashi tends to spend a lot of time as a statue, so he can live essentially for a long time.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. So how many people do we have now?
150.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Randy, you got quite a poll here. William?
It's it's a good time. I'll try to, and again, this is just deep in the bear market, deep where like nothing's going on. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down. So it's cool that I could, just pull a few of these numbers even with that.
Yeah, Fidgetals are moving, man. Fidgetals are, I like what Fanable is doing. I mean, I don't have a Fanable account. Apparently I won something and they wrote to me, but I don't have an account. So shit, maybe they gave it away to somebody else. But, but what Veve is doing with Fidgetals is also amazing. Coins, pins, cards, and just all kinds of stuff, man. Like comics. Oh, I love that pin. Do you know how many I have? I have a bunch, Randy.
I bet you have a bunch.
I do have a bunch, man. I have, because I have like 6 logos, right? 5 in my wallet, 1. Oh, Mrs. MC1's watching. Well, I wonder if she's fallen asleep, but she's still watching. But anyway, if she's watching, she should know that she has a Veve gold and silver logo, and I've been collecting on that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to show her Veve wallet sometime, man. Okay, should I play that happy birthday for you again? Let's do that. More people now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think Wap Mammoth is doing his own little thing.
Are you getting all embarrassed and shit, man?
No, we're good. I just getting over. I'm carrying a little bit of a sleep debt, so I'm a little so
Okay.
to go on. And like I said, it's got a busy week. Busy just the rest of the busy month, and then
Yeah.
but we're waiting on this Devve announcement, and then with
When is
that,
it expected? When's the Devve announcement expected? Soon?
they still say Q4,
Okay.
but
Not many days for that.
a lot of us wouldn't be surprised if it's like, hey, the government was shut down, that delayed a couple things. We're gonna have it in January. So
Okay.
kind of any day. I do have a little bit of money that I just got, and I was waiting to see if there's a downturn, because again, Bitcoin and ETH kind of went down. If they lose like the 85K, then we go to maybe 75. And so if that happens and Devve goes to like 20 cents, I'll load up there, and I'm expecting a big pump after the announcement, and that's my chance of trying to get like like 1 or 2 billion OMI if that were to happen. And because I don't know if you've seen this. Have you paid attention to some of the drops that Veve's done recently?
Yeah, I probably do about 70% of the drops, man. Like I do the comics.
Okay.
I've been doing some of the other ones. I just don't go as crazy as
Yeah.
on some of them, but I did do a couple of them, quite a bit.
So the Star Wars drop did pretty well, did like 50,
Yeah.
60,000, and that was expected. The Coca-Cola drop, I think it did like 10 to 20,000 maybe, give or take. But and granted, that's not the first Coca-Cola drop we've had. We've had a bunch.
Yeah,
But
you've had a bunch of them, yeah.
Coca-Cola is like over 3 million followers on Instagram, and this Dacobi has like less followers than I do, and at least on Instagram compared to X. But they outsold the most recent Coca-Cola drop, and I'm thinking like, what is going on? So taking a look at that, it seems that the smaller licensors are being a lot more innovative, because I've seen this time and time again with like the fidget stuff, with the creative ways that they had so many chases.
Yeah.
And Coca-Cola didn't have that. So I think that necessity breeds innovation. And I'm taking a look at this, and like people are focusing on the stuff that's doing better, as they should, because that's what's happening right now. But in the future, there's only going to be so much growth that the Dacobi fans, can have, because it's coming out of the 18,000 people that are following them on Instagram.
Yeah.
But Coca-Cola has like 3 million. So I think some of those Coca-Cola caps or neon signs that are like a couple dollars.
Well, the Dacobi one, the marketing was really good, by the way. Shout out to O'Malley. He did a great job. I heard his space, and they had a pre-space with Justin and him, and that was great. And all the giveaways were special. And they created a lot of awareness. Like this guy's done stuff with with the sneaker brand. He's done stuff with LVMH and stuff like that. So that was pretty good. Yeah, look at that, man. O'Malley, shout out to you, brother. What O'Malley is doing in the art world is incredible. Art typically has a smaller following, not as many, so our man is basically putting himself out there with the smaller IP and a more niche crowd, and he's building his audience there. But that's a very affluent crowd as well that kind of follows it. And so loving it, man, loving it, O'Malley. Well done, brother, well done. And it's great to see guys like him doing so well too,
Yeah, we always got to root for each other, because as one, like if one goes up, like that rising tide will raise all ships. So you might see, it's going to happen to like one of us at some point. One of the people that are making content will go super viral for whatever reason. And again, I don't care who it is, because one, that elevates Veve, and the more people that are into Veve, the more that'll spread out. So again, that rising tide raises all ships. And I think we have a pretty good team of people that there's always a space going on. I'm on YouTube. You have Crypto Rain, Dr. Stuff come on every now and then, at least once a week. These are, and you take care of like the physical parties in real life. So there's a lot of.
I need to do more of that, man. It's been a while.
Well,
look at that. I'm really showing love, man. Brother, this man is amazing, man. He's generous as fuck as well. Generous, super generous. I mean, I've seen the man basically kind of just give stuff away. There's a counter. He has like a little counter how much stuff is given away. Tens of thousands, man. Tens of thousands. I think by the end of this year, it'll be 100,000 or whatever. He's doing an amazing job. Just incredible job. And, people like Dr. Rolex, And these guys, man, they show up on those channels. They support a lot of people, man. A lot of people support as well. So loving it, man, loving it. I think, you know, once you know this new sort of year starts and crypto's slowly, you know, crypto's down now, but think about it. Stable coin is growing very rapidly, very, very rapidly. I mean, like somebody said, there's $27 trillion of, worth of stable coin already flowing in the ecosystem. And, you know, I think that that type of behavior, oh yeah, man, there you go, brother, there you go. And these are all amazing guys, man. And, you know, that type of, thing will just, it's going to create more and more action for crypto. You know, it's a starting point, man. For a lot of people who are very scared of crypto, it starts with sort of just being on chain and doing some stuff with stablecoin, getting more comfortable with it, and then, you know, there's an evolution, right? It's a, you know, anyway, and that'll drive a lot of this stuff again. So it's circles, man. It's just, you know, just moves in a wheel like that. But yeah. All right, Randy, you getting tired there, brother?
Never. I got I have a lot of news to go over because
Okay.
I won't be live doing my normal show because I have the Omi Homie show tomorrow. And then I have a new show that I do every other Thursday with a friend of mine on Thursday. So I'll have like Wednesday that I'll have a show, then Friday I have to do like a lot of the news now. And but yeah, obviously love y'all so much. You can stop by whenever you want. You can stay on for 3 hours. And
No, I'm bouncing now. I gotta run. I got a bunch of stuff. I've got a phone call coming in as well. But listen, I will spend some more time in Ohio in January, February, and March.
Okay.
I should be in the Columbus area for a little bit, Cincy for a little bit, and Dayton as well. So I'm doing some work. I did a small project in that area, stayed in 5 different hotels, 5 different nights, drove in a car all over Ohio doing some work. But the work shaped out pretty nicely. So, you know, turns out that they want me to go back January through March. So it's a small project, but yeah, man, when I come out, I'll let you know, Randy.
That'd be great. And just had a fluke thing last time. I had the flu. I was like dying.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I was super busy too, man. I was just traveling all over. I had a lot of work to do anyway. So, but we'll see you on another trip. And brother, wish you a very, very happy birthday again. Have a fantastic year ahead. May, you know, be blessed with a lot of health and wealth and, you know, and everything else too, brother, and everything with your new love life as well. So
it'll be the year of the horse. That is my year. So hopefully we have a good one.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Love you, brother. I'll catch you later.
Catch you later. Meow, meow.
Freaking love that man. He's so cool. Let's take a look at some crypto here before we move on. Devve has down about 1%. It was actually down a little bit more before, so that is an increase from the bottom. Let's see what the volume is on the day. 344,000 in volume. That's pretty low. $28 million market cap. Again, I was going to get a little bit more today or this week, but at this point, it's like, again, had a very awesome couple of days with the girl, but now having like again hitting the ground running. There's a lot of work that I have to do, and a lot of other stuff that I wasn't expecting to go on is now going on. So I'm a little stressed, but it's all good. It's all good. So the money that I was gonna put into Devve, or any additional money that I would put into Devve is gonna be kind of staying on the sidelines right now. Because when I was talking to Manu the other day, he was on the podcast, he had mentioned that we're looking at a big correction coming. He says in like February, March. Do we have a Santa rally before then? Go into January? Why am I suddenly dying? And then and he said again, February, March, looking for a big correction. Bitcoin, ETH, a lot of banks will rebalance into that. So maybe dry powder for that. Looking like maybe we might have to wait another several months for a lot of this crypto to hit. That being said, I feel like Devve is going to be that that can take place before before February, March. Omi, Definity, other stuff might take a little while longer. Again, anything can run at any moment. Anything can run like tomorrow or right now while we're live, but also anything can go way down in that time as well. So that's the idea. Hopefully, as Devve goes a little crazy, take some profits out of that, roll it into some other stuff. You know, we'll see. Oh God, there's a lot more people here. Jason Payne is Mr. MC1 legend. Cut girlfriend funds. Yeah. So things are progressing a little more quickly than I anticipated for a lot of reasons. Again, back in July, I was like, okay, let's started dating a little bit again, a little bit here, a little bit there, nothing crazy, but I felt like that Michael Scott quote was like, I'm ready to get hurt again. So it's like, okay, let's try it, go on dates here. And so the girl I was talking to, or I'm talking that I'm with, we've known each other for a long time. It just been in group chats for the better part of a decade. And around like again, so start to get, you know, the diet gets better, the back gets better slowly but surely in August, and then September do a little workout here, diet gets better, and then I you know, drop some Lucy, and then suddenly it's like, okay, cut the shit, really get into shape, really get this bread, and then again Charlie Kirk died, and you know, trying to emulate the tenets of those lessons as much as possible of, hey, get married, have kids, raise little independent thinkers, and you know, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, the Charlie Kirk death really got to me, and it's like, okay, so I'm on this like crusade to like find a forever bae, and then like I tell this girl, I was like, and again we're friends, we're in this group chat, and I was like, yep, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. Girls in each one, I'm gonna find this girl before the end, because I wanted to do it before the crypto market goes up, and now it seems like I might have several months before that happens, unless the Devve team comes out and they're like, yeah, here's who our partner is, stuff goes crazy, or the partner comes in and say, hey, we're working with Devve, working with this ecosystem, and there's going to be this large exchange, hopefully a U.S. stock exchange partner. It could be Japan, it could be London, it could be, you know, anywhere in Shanghai. Like, we don't know, but again, wanted to find someone before then, and I guess this girl like couldn't take it. She's like, oh, all right, hey, what about me? And I was like, well, we talked about that years ago, never happened. And then so I was like, okay, let's try it. And then you know, we're talking on the phone a bit, a lot more than I talked to like anyone else. Like, oh, really like this girl. This is going to be a big distraction. And then yeah, so it's and then again, other stuff's happening, and she'll come on at some point. You guys will see her. We wanted to do a skit this weekend about like her coming down, like I'm on stream, her coming downstairs in like my Bane mask, and you know, just having some fun with it. But it obviously that didn't happen. So again, she'll be on at some point, and we'll go over the crazy story. But I just gave it. But girlfriend funds, gotta have crypto go up, because a lot of my net worth is in crypto and crypto related companies. So I mean, and I even told her, I was like, hey, listen, this might be a pretty poor lifestyle for a couple of months here. So I mean, as of right now, I mean, little vacations here and there. Again, flying her out here or flying her out to California, Vegas, Florida, you know, wherever is fine. The bigger trips that like, hey, let's go to Europe, hey, let's go to Japan, that might have to wait a little while. Allocate accordingly. Dude, the amount of crypto friends that I have that have said like, bro, just, you know, just put it into crypto. Don't, you know, don't worry about girls now. I was like, you know, we'll wait for that. What's your thoughts on the Leonardo and Michelangelo special editions? Do you treat it like a Vader ultra rare versus commons as it's a first appearance? Ken coming should be fun. Curious MCP wants to be aligned to secret rare. Leo Michelangelo special editions probably going to do really well, but they already are. Like they're already several hundred, if not thousands of dollars. I really think that the commons are probably going to be the better buy because they're more liquid. And again, the people that have an appetite for those, like having one of like 89 special editions, that will be a grail. Like that will be something that is going to be completely unobtainable for most people. But the commons that are like $7, $11, whatever they are, I think it's much easier to think that'll go from $7 to $100. So figure like a 13x. That'll probably be much easier to happen than it would for a special edition to go from $1,000 to $13,000. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Probably will, but there's much less of a pool of people. It's a much smaller pool that'll be able to just throw 13K at it like it's nothing. But anyone can afford $100, right? So that again, the other ones seem more liquid. If you're just like, hey, I don't have time to be buying like 100 of these and selling 100 of these at a time. I just want to, and yeah, by all means, if that's your thing, where time is of the essence and your time is worth more than what you're willing to try to do to make those little extra shekels, by all means, do the thing that makes slightly less money but saves you a lot more time. That's worth it for you, depending on your schedule and on what your time is worth. So I don't really compare they're both big IPs, but to compare that to the Vader Ultra Rare versus Common, completely different, because the Ultra Rare still has thousands of editions. Obviously, the Common has over 10,000, like 13, 14,000 editions. But it's just a different comparison, because one has 3 times more than the other, and then the other has like 20 or like 19 times more editions than the other. So again, it is a different beast. And again, the amounts of the ROI multiple, I think, is probably going to be done easier by the commons as opposed to the special editions. Ken Come should be fun. I don't know how much MCP will be needed. That will be fun though. I don't know when we get that. I know they came out with the ad for that recently. Jason Payne is saying Christmas present exchange with the new girlfriend this year. Yeah, she probably. I mean, well, I don't want her to get me anything. She's going through a bit of a hard time. Like this is probably like the worst time for her to start a new relationship. But it did. So yeah, I should probably get her a little something. But also, yeah. But also if I get her, so I don't want her to get me something just because she feels she has to. I don't want anything. I really don't. I have more than everything I need. She's more than enough. But yeah, I should probably get her something. Honestly, probably just, yeah. I don't really say like what I'll get her. For my birthday, it would be like, hey, if you could free the time up to do this and come with me here, let's do that. But that's really all that I would want. Just spend some time with her. I don't want, if she wants to get me I don't know, a bottle of water. I'm like, I have no idea. Something super cheap. I don't really want anything. For presents is enough. Get it, presents. Randy put out an APB, and it was answered, boss. Yeah, so it started with thirst traps on Instagram, and it was just that, like, just throwing that out there, see what the selfie drags in, and that dragged in a lot. But for her, it was, I don't think she has Instagram, but she like doesn't use it. I don't think she's really that big on social media. She doesn't really use it all that much. But yeah, I kind of made it known, like, hey, looking for a Forever Bay. And again, like, we're friends. We hadn't talked about doing anything intimate or being together for literally like 9 years. And then I'd tell her about, like, hey, I'm going here, I'm going here, going here. I have dates lined up everywhere. And again, just like in chat, like with other friends, like, yep, gonna find that forever bae, gonna make it permanent. And then suddenly, like, it's so weird how, when it's not weird, it's very obvious. When girls see guys going out with other beautiful women, there's like, oh, that just makes them want you more. And it's, yeah. If a girl is not interested in you, start throwing up photos and stories of you where there are other beautiful women in them, and then they'll suddenly want you. It's not a foolproof thing, but be someone of importance. Be someone like that's accomplishing a lot, building something. Women, in my 20s when I was young and hot and had a lot of hair, yeah, I did okay, pretty good sometimes. Now that I'm older, fatter, and have like no hair left, it's a lot easier. Why? It's the network, it's followers, it's the, again, building certain businesses over a long time, a long period of time, gives you a little bit of credibility. Like when you're younger and you're kind of building something and the potential's there, you know, women sometimes they take a gamble and they're like, okay, this guy seems to be really dedicated, he's hardworking, he's generous. Because if you're not generous, and I'm not saying be like a simp, I'm not saying be agreeable to the point where people walk all over you. You still have to be assertive, but if you're not at least a little generous, then she'll be able to tell, okay, other men aren't going to want to be around him or do business with them. And if he's not generous, what makes me think he's going to be generous with me? Again, when you're younger, women take a little bit of a gamble because you're filled with potential, but you're, haven't proven yourself yet. Then again, once you get a little older and you finally accomplish something, then the risk is taken away. Then suddenly it's like, okay, he's already made it, already up here. And, again, being humble is great. And, a lot of times I'm not the best at that. But play the game. There's some people that don't do social media because they think that it's a lot of people, it's a net negative on society. And sometimes it is. But again, you have that Pareto distribution where 20% of the men get 80% of the women. And yeah, just try to become, all right. Oh, Mr. MC1, wow. $100 hairs over there. Happy birthday, Randy. My man, get that bread. Or thank you for getting me that bread. That is a very nice gift. That is a very nice super chat. That is a $100 super chat. Let me post that on Snapchat. Let me go in and be like, that's a nice super chat. And again, I don't want to say like it's bragging, whatever, but have that success. Like have that. Don't be afraid to pat yourself on the back a little bit. And when that happens, yeah, when that happens, celebrate. Celebrate the even the little victories, because again, that helps. People see that. Anywho, my guy was like, any takers? Just like, cool. Yeah, well, there was a lot of applicants. There was a lot of you're in a good position when you have to be like, hey, I can't do anything this weekend or this time because you're with others. Again, now that it is, again, so I'll show you guys what Mr. MC1 was talking about. Where are we at here? In a relationship, I wonder who it is. Why'd I say that in like the Blues Clues? We just gotta let her. Meow, 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 meow. I wonder who it is. Or I wonder who it's from. She's fairly private. So we'll take it we'll take it public. Take it public in the next couple months, probably. Sometime spring of next year, I guess. But yeah, now no longer taking applicants. You could have these like hostile takeovers where sometimes girls are like girls will like throw it out there and be like, be with me. And I don't cheat. I've never cheated. So I won't do that. But sometimes, again, all's fair in love and war. Sometimes both guys and girls will go to their fair maiden or their star-crossed lover partner and be like, let's do this. Let's get the, run away with me. Like Jess in season 4 of Gilmore Girls. Run away with me. Come with me to Connecticut, right? And sometimes that works. You throw a Hail Mary and it happens. Yeah. Crazy Dad 420. Happy birthday, Randy. Have a great day. Well, thank you. We got a bunch of news to go over. UAE's largest retailer, ADNOC, will begin accepting stablecoin payments across 980 stations in 3 countries. Ken in 6 days. Ooh. Yeah, I'll probably get her a little bag of something. Be like, hey, let's start your crypto journey. Like, if anyone remembers original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, in the Celadon game corner, you have to go to, I think, the southeast side of Celadon City. In this restaurant, there's a guy. I don't know if he's a sailor or not, but he got taken to the cleaners, and he's like, I'm gonna give you a coin case. So it gives you a coin case to put all these coins. You talk to people in the Celadon game corner, and then they're like, go away, I'm busy. Let me give you 10 coins, 20 coins. And you can find they're invisible items. You can find coins that were dropped in there. So you can make like 50, 100, however many coins just from doing that. So anyway, yeah, people give you like a little starter bag. I might give her a little starter bag, be like, okay, this is for you. She said she wanted to learn about crypto. So I was like, it might be a little boring, and we were really tired. So we're like cuddling, and she's like, no, I just love hearing your voice. And I was like, okay, well, let me start off with Devve. Let me tell you about how, and then I realized like 20 seconds into it, she's just like, I have a video of her snoring because it was hysterical. And it was like, okay, maybe crypto's not going to be the thing that she's super excited about. But yeah, would definitely like to get her a little starter bag. Because then I guess crypto or anything is like, it's a really daunting experience. But then, if you give someone a little starter, it's like, anyone ever see that episode of House where 13 and Taub have to go and have to buy some like drugs from like this, and 13's like, puts it in her mouth, and she's like, no, we don't want the new stuff that gets us hooked. We want, we want the stuff that people keep coming back for at the end. And she's like, okay. So I feel like, certain cryptos or any hobby is like a little bit of a drug. Like Michelle Ivy, the biggest Ninja Turtles fan in the world. I gave her $40 to go in and get a, Michelangelo. So she got a common. And I'll probably give her another $40 to get the Leonardo. And why? Because like eventually I think, well, one, again, fairly successful because of her work ethic and her passion, and she's just a super awesome person that I just freaking love. She'll probably come into a lot of money. Like that preparedness and opportunity is going to manifest into some will perceive it as luck, but I know it'll be the results of hard work and just never missing a beat. When she comes into money, like again, she's most of my clients in the Pokemon business back in the day had the same issue. Their partners said that their hobby was taking up too much space and they had to stop. And I imagine because of all the amazing physical things that are out there, and she has a bunch of them, she's going through that same thing. But it doesn't cost any space to collect digitally. So if I get her hooked onto like give her a free drop, I do that, and then suddenly she becomes a customer for life. And she could bring in so many people into digital collecting. That is going to be great for the company. That's going to be great for the token. And then, yeah. So with the girl, with the girlfriend. Maybe give her a little bit of starter bet. Hey, I got this for free, and now it's worth like $800. Like, that's really cool. Crypto's awesome. But so any money that she would put into it afterwards, again, I would advise her to, okay, here. But yeah, it's good to, because again, like I can only pay attention to, so like the crypto researchers, me, Dr. Stuff, Crypto Rain, etc., that are, we can only look at so many projects, and we can only look at so many companies, we only look at so many things. Eventually, if she goes in and she gets really interested, and especially if I teach her, like, okay, here's what you look for, and she could bring her own perspective to this game. Be like, okay, hey, look what I found. I was, and again, if she, whether we work together or she works for me, whatever the dynamic is, again, pretty decent head on her shoulders. I assume she could, if she gets into it, she could say like, hey, I found this company. I'm not 100% sure that I put in, but it just looks interesting. Here's why I think that. And then she brings it to me, and I was like, oh, hey, like the couple $100 of like crypto that I could give her that could make her excited because it could turn into several thousand, whatever, is such a great investment, because then she could find me the next 1000x. And yeah, so that's really, and then also, that's a skill that she could have for forever. And she's not bad to look at, so maybe she starts her own channel one day. She's a little shy. I don't know if she would. Anyway, just ideas. My collectible saying happy birthday. Veve Digital Collectibles saying happy birthday, Randy, from the Veve team. Thank you. Far too kind. Y'all are, speaking of far too kind, we got Mr. MC1 doing the great things here. SEC publishes crypto asset custody basics for retail investors. We're wild that in 10 days, Michael Saylor buys $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, and it just goes down. Like that can only happen for so long. That eventually that rubber band can only get pulled back so far before it catapults. And I think, I don't know when, again, that we could be mass manipulated down for another 8 to 9 months, 12 months, 18 months. I don't know. At some point, that rubber band's going to snap and things are going to go absolutely bananas. When does that happen? I have no idea. And I apologize, people. Like, there are so many people that have reached out today, and I'm so thankful for every single one in my life. I just don't have the. I'll try to get back to everyone at some point. Sometimes I already have so many behind and backlogged and so many messages. I don't see even some important ones. So on my birthday, everyone's reaching out. It all just goes to hell, and again, it all just kind of goes to heck. Shout out to everyone again reaching out. Let's continue on. Rising Star Larry met the guy, Mr. David, who runs Charlotte Comic-Con, and he will have a table at the next Comic-Con on April 19th. Looks amazing. That's great. Get that bread. Ooh, my back. The physical going for $3K. X-Men, this has got to be, giant size X-Men. It's available for $3,000, the physical, and it's available on Veve. What we got here? Beantech Finances, happy birthday. Well, thank you. Happy birthday. Turfer saying happy birthday, my man. What's going on, Turfer? Mr. MC1, we love you. Small, go to, oh God. Dude, the memes are incredible. I love people, man. People are great. I've been burning a lot of Omi recently. Gotta love that. Even though it's all of crypto is down, people are still burning Omi. Avatar collection. We got the Avatar stuff. I actually don't know when that comes out. Let me check. I think that's soon, right? Let's check. Ooh, Uncanny X-Men 1963. We didn't have the Avatar stuff yet. I am not seeing Secret Empire. All right, Avatar, December 19th. Oh, that's in like 4 days. Okay, very soon. That is the day whether we know Japan is going to have a rate hike or not. That is also the day my friend Carrie's coming on the podcast. She's been on the podcast before. Wild stories, like mob stories and other stories, and just she has lived a wild and crazy life. If there was TikTok 30 years ago, she would have been a star, baby, because oh my God. One, beautiful gal, and two, just absolutely unhinged stories are just unmatched. So go watch the first one, get ready for the second one. I don't even know what number it is. I don't even know if I'm spelling her name right. Yeah, podcast number 37 with Carrie Heretic on life in Vegas, dancing. What else did I put that thing on? Vegas, dancing, real estate, and more. NSFW. It was very NSFW. Oh, look at that. The black nail polish. I was in the old place. Old place. Anyway, let's also everyone can smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon section. The super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Y'all are my bays. Okay, let's keep on going here. Oh, speaking of Avatar, I think there's a $3,000 bounty on the number 2009 that Comics and Crypto had put out for Avatar. So go get that. They have 1.1 million followers over on Instagram, and they actually posted about Veve. Yes, the Avatar channel that has 1.1 million followers over on Instagram had posted about Veve. I thought that was great. Bay. Nope. Oh, so we have Iron Man 616. That is, or was he? Oh, yes. Happy birthday. Thank you. After a year of searching, I finally added my biggest grail to my collection, the Veve Walt Disney Partner Statue, mint number 1971, the year Walt Disney World officially opened, bringing Walt's vision of imagination, innovation, and storytelling to life on an entirely new scale. It pairs perfectly with my Disney D, mint 1967, the establishment year of Club 33, Disney's most exclusive and legendary private club. Club 33 represents the inner circle of Disney history, creativity, and legacy, making this piece especially meaningful. Both are part of Disney's first ever NFT collection, golden moments, iconic milestones, forever captured on the blockchain. Thank you, Veve Official, for such an iconic piece. A whale has sold $178 million in Bitcoin to buy 58,419 ETH for 178 million. That was on December 14th at 2:05 a.m. Did I? Oh, I might have. Standard Chartered partnered with Coinbase to expand their services to include crypto, trading, lending, custody, and staking. Jack Mahler just said live on TV that Bitcoin is going to $200 trillion. Love the Gilmore Girls quotes. President Trump says one day Bitcoin will overtake gold. Federal Reserve will begin purchasing $40 billion in treasury bills from the other day, adding more liquidity into the market. An insider, Bitcoin Whale has opened a 490 million ETH long position. At this point, it feels like he knows something. Financial giant Interactive Brokers to allow brokerage accounts to be funded by crypto stablecoins. Pakistan to allow Binance to explore tokenization of up to $2 billion in assets, which MC1 reposted the stream. Marvel Comics and News reposted the stream. Vogue said Omega Gem works smooth too, so can keep the crypto or trade some drops. Win-win. Spot trading on major volume across tokens on major exchanges have fallen 66% since their January highs. BitGo secures regulatory approval to become a bank. What do we got here? OCC conditionally approves Ripple National Trust Bank application. I'm level 79. 10 levels above. Nice. Vanguard says Bitcoin is still a speculative digital toy. Not a good look for them. Tom Anderson says, I don't think we'll have more Heptone battle nights for now. Talking about Fios and Litcraft. We've shifted focus a bit to an AI platform on the ongoing metaverse work is going to shift towards AI as well. You have a guy named Inferno asking, so what's going to happen with the Lit Legion task that requires you to partake in Heptone Battle Night? If there are not going to be any, then there needs to be an alternative put in ASAP. Asking because this is the last Lit Legion task I have, and I don't know if the reason I am not seeing any more tasks is because I have this one task incomplete. Tom Anderson says, yeah, I understand your point. We're doing a big overhaul of the Legion tasks as well. That actually was part of the impetus for the AI platform. Unfortunately, you're getting caught in timing and changes. The new AI platform will be more robust for creating tasks and activities. The current set was in initial exploration. I got to read the Will Stewart thing because that is absolutely incredible. Justinify saying happy birthday, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Iron Man 616.eth. Everyone, y'all are my babes. Truly. Oh, why does my chest hurt? All right, let's see what we got here. I read that if you watch my Devve video the other day, feel free to disassociate for like 3 minutes. Tokenization or die. I have 3 favors to ask. First, save this article or voice message so you can revisit in 12 months from now. Secondly, your CEO or on the board of directors, please share it with all your companies. Lastly, if you hear the word tokenization and it doesn't scare you and take you to your knees, then professionally you should seek other employment. Back in the early 90s, when the CEO and board of Blockbuster heard about the World Wide Web and a company called Netflix streaming video on the internet, they completely ignored it. Unfortunately, tokenization in an AI world is moving 100 times faster than the adoption of the internet. For 98% of you who hear the word tokenization, you're most likely going to shuck it off and say to yourself, my customers are not talking about it or asking for it. Or you're thinking, I don't know how we make money from tokenization. Either you don't understand it, or even more scary, you believe you have time to get it. Let me tell you that you don't. The whistle is blowing because the train is leaving the station. The other 2% out there, Digital Asset, Goldman Sachs, DTCC, JP Morgan, BlackRock, S&P, iCapital, Google, and many others, are building new rails for which your train will not be able to ride on. If in fact they allow you to ride on their new rails, it's going to be very costly for even a coach seat, and you definitely won't control your destiny. In fact, when you meet with the CEOs and boards of the 2%, they just smile and no longer want to discuss tokenization with the other 98%, and that's because they already figured it out and are now implementing at AI speeds. Digital Asset created the Canton Network, which today hosts over 6 trillion in tokenized assets processing, over $300 billion in daily volume. The Canton Network didn't exist 5 years ago. Take 5 minutes and just pull up the Canton ecosystem, and then ask yourself why your company is one of the few that is not a Canton member. In 1993, Kodak didn't believe that digital photography would ever take hold. But in 1997, the #1 Christmas gift was a digital camera, and in 2012, the 130-year-old company filed for bankruptcy. Those were the analog times, and now we're living in AI-driven digital times. That's a very, very, very big difference. If you think your company is tokenization ready, I can only tell you that the Titanic was iceberg ready. Defense is not the best offense in tokenization. If your company does not have a tokenization and AI plan to initiate in January of 2026, then most likely the value of your company will be cut in half by the end of the year, and good chances that you're out of business by the end of 2027. Obviously, I could be wrong here. I could be off by a couple months. If there's one takeaway from the recent Anthropic AI disclosure, it's the fact that traditional human speed defense is now outmatched by machine speed offense. And if you don't believe any of this or just laughing it off, you should spend your time over the holidays looking to buy the next blockbuster franchise. And again, save this article. Boom. Happy birthday. Oh, why, thank you. Why, thank you, Croner. By another year to pop in your back and your other back. Yeah. Hopefully I live long enough to find cures for everything. Maybe help fund cures for everything. We'll see. Again, we got a lot of other stuff to go on here, but right now, let's do this. California and other U.S. states sue the Trump administration for imposing a $100,000 fee on the H-1B visa applications. Those of you that do not know, those are when you have foreign-born PhD candidates. I think more than half of PhD candidates are foreign-born. They come here, they have to work in the U.S. at least for a minimum of X amount of years afterwards. But yeah, it's a $100,000 fee for the visa applications. It's wild. The odds of the crypto market structure legislation being signed into law before the end of the year is probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be in January. Senators are pushing to finalize the crypto market structure bill before the end of 2025. The bill will reduce market manipulation in crypto by at least 70%, according to Ash Crypto Real. Again, that's probably not going to go and be finalized until January, but we shall see. USDT issuer Tether submits a proposal to acquire Juventus Football Club. President Trump just said interest rates should be 1% lower in 2026. Also agreed. 10GSWBK has said, added another personal grail. Only 88 of these, and can see David Yu having something fun and special attached to these one day. But if not, I wanted to add one anyway. To Real Veve official family, they will understand why. That goes right next to his Stephen Pugh Harley Quinn, and it is a 1 of 88 David Yu. Trump is going to sign a marijuana reclassification order as soon as Monday. I guess that was today. Cannabis stocks explode. That is wild. Pablo Orfrail says, how central has crypto really been to your relationship with digital art? Not just as infrastructure, but as culture, values, and community. If digital art had evolved entirely outside of crypto, would you still feel the same pull? Would you collect it? Would you show up for it? A genuine question, and one I've been thinking about a lot. You have 6529 saying, Punk 6529, saying the important thing about NFTs is not that they're subject or a subsector of digital art or contemporary art. The important thing about NFTs is that they are NFTs. Digital art is a perfectly fine subsector of traditional art. NFTs are a civilizational scale idea. Pablo says, I don't disagree that NFTs are a system level idea, but ideas only endure when they translate into shared human experience. It's like telling even the most committed crypto native communities feel the pull to gather in real life and engage with culture, often in ways that feel more natural than interacting solely online. You see it in moments like the X Copy Art exhibition led by the Doomed XYZ, Beeple's events, and the growing presence of digital art within institutions. An instinct to show up, experience work together, and connect around culture feels fundamental. Pablo Frail says, bank executives go to conferences and have beers. Bitcoiners go to conferences and have beers. You see, Bitcoin and Fedwire are the same thing. People who use Bitcoin and people who use Fedwire both enjoy beer. Also, it seems like we mostly agree then. My point is less about the rails and more about the human behavior around them. Punk 6529 says, I think there's a theme that rolls through here from the time that in order to be accepted by the trad art or whatever, we should pretend to be something that we are not. This is not only gross, but self-defeating. Bitcoin won by being Bitcoin, not by becoming JPM light. Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, Raul Paul jumping in here saying, agreed. If I'm right and crypto goes from 3 trillion to 50 trillion to 100 trillion, it'll have created more wealth that tech companies, oil companies, sovereign wealth, and real estate billionaires added together and multiplied by a number. Art is the upstream of all wealth. These will be crypto citizens and don't give a shit about how things are supposed to be. The buyers will not be trad art. There will be a super small section of buyers. The buyers will be crypto natives. But much like buyers of Chinese art are mainly Chinese, it's their art, their culture, and their currency. That is such a good comparison. That is such a good line. You have Derek Snook saying, okay, realizing even more than before that crypto has to fly high for my digital collectibles to do the same. Agreed. I don't think you see partner statue at 20,000 unless Ethereum's at like, I don't know, 8,000, in my opinion. Can't show this photo, but it's great. Oh my God, guys, Definity is just blowing stuff out of the water. Mr. MC1's got a little Definity, and he's going to be very happy soon. I don't know how soon, but I can assure you, pretty heckin' soon. I think he's already happy, especially the fact that my channel's gone through the roof. Bill Gardner, thank you for all the stuff. Tom Lee's Bitmine Immersion just bought $46 million more of Ethereum on the 13th. BlackRock has bought $52.4 million worth of Bitcoin and $23.2 million worth of Ethereum, also early on the 13th. Where were we here? Oh, shoot. $78 million. Brazil's largest private bank recommends a 1 to 3% Bitcoin allocation to boost diversification And 14 states bought over $600 million in MicroStrategy so far this year. 10 GSWBK, Veve King says, well, 7 polls and a king of commons still remain the king. I did get my first 420 collectibles. Nice, 420 mint for the Star Wars Death Troopers. He also says, I've been trying to cross off my Grail list on Veve Official. Another milestone has been achieved with these purchases. He now owns one of every secret rare comic in Comics and Crypto's top 20. There aren't any special mints or anything, but that doesn't keep it from being special to me. Oh God, I'm dying. Randy, super happy with the Divinity. Hell yeah. There's a lot more where that came from. Next year. Next year. Oh, nice. On this day, 12 years ago, I was helping a friend buy a car. The sticker price was $6,900. Everyone comment nice down below with the 69. And we got the dude down to $5,400 for her. Very nice. Everyone comment, blaze it down below for the 420 people that are here. Mr. MC1 says, everyone have a bit of Divinity. Please hit like. Yes, please hit that like button. And share it. Costs nothing to do so. Hold a lot of Divinity. We're going to hold a lot more soon, too. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says crypto helps create property rights, sound money, and free trade for all. Jeremy Padower, aka Uncle Jay, has said that advice to young people: take a few risks that few believe in. Others will worry about you. Reassure them. Small, calculated risks where you will likely fail most of the time. Failure becomes comforting as you rack up success and stories along the way. Failure becomes an old friend. It might be. Thank you, William Key, for saying, here's some Taco Bell money, gone from slung space on your fridge, invest like Mr. MC1, keep grinding and making your own empire. Yeah. There's a line in Breaking Bad where Walt says, like, what type of business do you think I'm in? And it's like in like the meth business or drug dealing business, like whatever he says. And then he says, I'm in the empire business. And it's like, oh, that is such a good line. The writers cooked with that show. No pun intended. They cooked. They ate so hard. Like the delivery of those lines, so good. Anyway, thank you, Amelia, for saying happy birthday. I don't know what is wrong here. So the Ordained comic had sold out. The Bounty was picked up by Comics and Crypto. They're doing great. President Trump says he has a great relationship with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Coin Bureau said Standard Chartered and Coinbase go bigger on crypto. Standard Chartered deepens its alliance with Coinbase support, larger investors of trading, lending, and custody services. Mocha Boy says, to truly unlock blockchain's potential, we need solutions aligned with the true decentralization, full self-custody, instantaneous mathematically guaranteed settlement, zero counterparty risk, blah, 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 blah. Devve to the moon. Can't wait. All right, we are fully charged on my telephone. Wubba Wubba, give me the Pokemon gift that says happy birthday. This is from a Pokemon Christmas episode where Bulbasaur and Squirtle are enjoying some party poppers. Bulbasaur is trying to eat a cookie of himself. Squirtle pulls a party popper. Bulbasaur loses the cookie. Squirtle eats the cookie. Bulbasaur's mad. That was a fantastic one. As I'm saying, happy birthday. At least you're not as old as me. Well, I mean, never be as old as you, right? Because you know, time keeps going on. You keep going up there. Yeah, we want to continuously be always the same age difference apart. Because if that gap widens or closes, that means one of us hath not made it. So we gotta continue getting that bread. What do we got here? It says, everyone have a bit of Divinity, please. Like, oh yes, of course, it's the horse. All right. I'm getting my work done. I don't know, dude. Give me one sec, guys. Getting my truck. I haven't spoken to her in hours. Fudge. I got so many messages here. Dark. Yeah, I know. We got to make it, bro. We got to make it. I have no idea. All right, let's move on here. Mocha Boy says, like with the standard chartered Coinbase partnership, what are we really improving? Just replicating TradFi, centralized custody, lending, trading via intermediaries on crypto rails? The real answer is native compliance, ready DeFi from Devve ecosystem, and the Dev exchange, non-custodial exchange where your assets stay in your wallet, instant trades, secure lending, borrowing for institutions, and retail, all bringing TradFi on-chain without the compromising decentralization. This is the future. Double, triple. Tom Anderson says, I've interacted at least twice a week with Will Stewart regarding Devve all year long. He's consistently active in what we're doing. 21-year-old Danilo Kuzmin, son of Ukrainian deputy mayor, was murdered on November 26th in Vienna, love Vienna, for $200,000 in crypto assets. He was beaten and forced to disclose his cryptocurrency wallet passwords and burned alive in his car by 2 Ukrainian suspects. Be careful about revealing your wealth. First off, that's horrible. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Here's the lad victim. And again, that's horrible. There's sometimes I stay up at night and I just wish a motherfucker would try. And may the best man win. One, I'll put holes in you, and won't get arrested for stand your ground, but will get arrested for the type of bullets that I put in you. And if we shoot it out and nobody hits anything, I will fucking die. I don't give it's going down. You're not getting a fucking cent out of me. So again, sometimes at night, wish that would happen. But for the most part, I just want to save animals and I want to love people. And it's like that meme, who do you choose to get? Like that meme's like, there are 2 wolves inside of you. Both of them are gay. The memes are fantastic. 424, 453 now. Maybe somewhere on YouTube, somewhere on X. Most are on X. The aggregated size of Bitcoin treasuries held by public and private companies has grown from 197,000 Bitcoin to 1.08 million Bitcoin, or 148% increase since January 2023. Corporate balance sheets are becoming an increasingly significant pillar of demand for Bitcoin. Bitcoin hoarding company strategy remains in NASDAQ 100. What's up, Zombie? What's up, John Dingby? For Dacat, because we're a young company that has room for aggressive expansion, like the Joker says, we take a look at other products and we go and our projects and we see what can be done. We see what other things that we like and dislike and what we can do. So there's something called Santa token. On X, it's Santa token Sol 2. And I think they have a good idea that we're going to try to implement on Dacat at some point. They say to eat this dip starting from tomorrow. The buyback competition is live from December 15th to December 24th. The biggest buyer is going to get a 50% bonus from the tax wallet. For example, if you buy 1 million Santa tokens and no one buys more than that, you will get 500,000 Santa tokens for free. You can buy in one shot or split into many buys, but only net buys count. If wallet buys then sells, the sold amount is subtracted. Only the final net bought amount during the 15 to 24 December is counted. Wallets that fully sell back will not qualify. Now is the time to eat the dip, because starting first thing tomorrow and over the next few days, whales are coming. I have no idea if this had started yet or what's going on with it. Again, I don't have any of these tokens, but taking a look at them in order to go in and say, like, this sounds like a good idea. And this is something we would probably do with Dacat at some point. Maybe not right now, but in the future. So fun to be on the Randy Chavez channel on his birthday and celebrate. We have a lot of good times here. I hope to be able to do it forever. I hope to be able to look at these deer. Oh, they were in my backyard. Oh God, I'm dying. Yeah, I love this. I have to pee. How do I can't play music. I want to keep this going though, because I think, yeah, we still have some time on Mr. MC1's super chat over there. So, you know, probably gonna have to go in and do this for a little while longer. Let's see what we got here. First off, let me also meow 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 meow. Go in and be like, birthday super chats going wild. Live, Randy Chavez. We'll be right back. Okay, yeah. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Oh gosh. I will be right back. Oh, you know what I can do? You know what I can do? No, no, no. Oh, my friend has a rescue dog. Rescue dogs are so freaking cute. Going down. You better dance. Let's make it now. You won't remember how you go on. You won't forget. You won't. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. 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 Oh. I love Kesha so much. Oh gosh. Oh well. What, did you not like my bathroom singing, Mr. MC1? I like to sing whenever I do activities, such as go to the bathroom. No, I like to entertain y'all in any way possible. Oh gosh, I'm going down. Okay. I'm gonna put this blankie back on my legs and my toes, and then we're gonna. Oh gosh, I'm dying. I'm going down. Okay, there we go. What we got, y'all? Very good, very good. Okay, more burns. 3.2 million Omi burned yesterday on the 14th. Gorkos. Oh, meow, 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 meow. UK to create new rules to police cryptocurrency markets. That's really dumb. I don't think I need to go over this. I don't. Oh God, I'm dying here. Back then, there were no major announcements. Okay. Coinbase is going to allow users to trade all Solana tokens through a DEX program without official listing. Really like that. Really like that. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says U.S. financial markets are moving on chain. SEC is prioritizing innovation and embracing new technologies to enable this on-chain future. Also, SEC has officially approved the DTCC request to tokenize stocks and bonds on the blockchain. Trillions will flow into crypto. Mr. 41 $50 super chat saying, happy birthday, Randy. Congrats to another year. Thank you. It's sometimes it got a question. Oh, did I make it? Did I make it? I did make it. I did make it. I made it another year. Me. You give a someone call the police. There's a pants thief on the loose. Why is my phone so cloudy? I gotta wipe off the cameras and make them not as cloudy. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. We can work it out. We can work it out. Meow meow. Okay. Mr. 41, absolutely. We love him. He's a big legend. One of the biggest. If we have a Veve, if we have a Veve Mount Rushmore, who goes on it? I mean, I guess there could be a collecting Mount Rushmore. It could be a whale Mount Rushmore, influencer Mount Rushmore. It could be a. I mean, unfortunately, there's enough Veve people that have passed away to have like a passed away Mount Rushmore, like maybe people of the past. There's a lot. I don't know. It's a good question. We got to think on that. We got to think on it. Peace Blends, happy B-Day, Randy. Thanks, man. It's been a privilege and an honor to be able to do this all these years. Guys, like, and this is fun for me mostly. If this is the type of thing that might seem fun to you, do it. Just like, am I Shia LaBeouf at any time in like 2017? Because just do it. That might have been 2019, 2020. I don't know. Just do it. Why? Because I guess the Nike slogan originally. The amount of opportunities that I've had just because I talk to a camera is insane. It is bananas. And I feel like that episode of BoJack Horseman where Todd just continues to fall upwards of the ladder of success. And don't get me wrong, I work hard and I deserve most of the stuff but there's some things where it's like I wasn't trying for it. It just happened. And again, if you do nothing but work, opportunities will arise. And if you're prepared, you have that moment to get lucky. Yeah, you have that moment to get lucky. This is not doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. Like, you can go in and could use a drink, but I have to pick up a friend from the airport in a couple hours, so I don't want to. I don't want to drink. Got to, and also I drank a lot this weekend, so gotta cool it down. Yeah, there's, especially if you're younger, trying to build an audience. And again, you could build an audience at whatever age. Freaking Colonel Sanders didn't start selling his like magic chicken until what? He was like 60. The magic 11 herbs and spices. The biggest piece of advice, or one of the best pieces of advice that I've probably ever heard, came from my friend Dan. He's been on the podcast. He's my mentor. I love him like a brother. He said that don't let technology pass you by. And he's had so many gems over the years. I try to follow trends. I try to, get really good at human psychology. Having been born with a lucky brain. I don't want to say just become an influencer, but that social capital has helped me so much in so many areas. So if I can give any words of advice to people, is if you've thought about doing it, just do it. It will never be a perfect time. You just got to start it. And sometimes it might be a really really inopportune moment. Maybe start it anyway. We've got Ken. Ken is coming out. He looks good. He look like, dude, the secret rare. Ooh. He looks great. He looks fantastic. What else we got here? Oh, live. Who picks orbit? I was one. I want to save him. Save him the money. Two, I haven't seen him. We have a bit to talk about. I haven't seen him in a bit. We have a bit to talk about. And again, I want to see him. And want to save him some money. And again, he's a cool dude. Again, love that man. Street Fighter IP is quite spectacular. I agree. It is quite spectacular. Which makes me like, if Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was not the big announcement, and Street Fighter was not the big announcement, what's this big announcement? Because these are some straight fire, IPs. And when is it going down? Like, I don't know. It's gonna be wild stuff. I love my bae so much. Oh my god. I've got sorry, I got I don't want to say tweaking. Give me one sec. Be like today on Facebook. Mr. MC1, sorry, Mr. 41. Hi, Mr. MC1. Thank you. So many legends on the stream. Yeah, Mr. 41, you'd totally be in the running for Mount Rushmore of Veve peeps. Have everyone have the Akomi Secret Rare logo in prep for next year? Why? What's going on? What's going on next year? What are we doing next year? What's going down? Taylor Swift, I love you. Didn't I just? Okay, I did. Brian McSpadden. Brian McSpadden has sold over 100 comics for cheap to Sean Berg on Stacker. Thanks for the deal. Here to work with aggressive buyers looking to stack to thin out my collection. User is Omaha Set Hike. He's got a ton listed already, but everything is negotiable. He's doing it on Stacker. Gotta love him. Like, what's his name from Dinosaurs? I'm the baby. You gotta love me. UK regulation of crypto assets to start in October 2027, Finance Ministry says. Here's a 17-year-old Chavez. Really, really, I don't know where that photo came from. On this day, 12 years ago, I said that if I win Tuesday's Mega Millions, everyone on here is getting 1,000 doll hairs. My ex-girlfriend says, I thought you loved me. I said, shh, of course I'm giving you more. Just keep it quiet. She says, okay, phew. Just because, man, I'd like to give you 10K or something. This is why we dated. This is why love exists. Need that Akomi red and silver digital coin. Can't think of a more deserving group. I'm gonna take a picture of this because are we getting it? I don't know. Are we getting it? Is this speculation? Probably speculation. Until I hear it from the team, I don't know. It'd make sense. Look at me and my ex's dog. Look at this little doggala, this little doge. Cute little pupper. I don't know, but that's my guess. That would make sense. Zombie. Oh, this is before the hammock broke. Got a little tuxedo cat, little doggo, chunky doggo. Oh, good times, good times. Birthday cake. Oh, so you've got 10 GS WBK saying my newest edition from the Can't Sleep Club purchases, only 150 of these. And if we ever get Coca-Cola fans, those people are crazy. Have I told you lately about collecting? And yeah, he got one. He got a 1 of 150. David did promise a special gift to the Akomi Secret Rare logo, and it hasn't happened as of yet. So that would be my best guess. That's a good point, especially since the gold logo coin went to the gold logo holders. That is a good point. No, good point. Good idea. How much are those on Stacker? Let's see. Right there. Oh, Akomi. I'm Akomi. I have nobody. $863 hairs on Stacker. And then it goes to 1,000. Then it goes to 1,200. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a good amount. A whale has bought 38,576 Ethereum, worth 120 million doll hairs today on Binance. Smart money is buying Ethereum. Going over that. Shout out to Veve Magic and Tammy Hanna that called me at like 2 in the morning this morning. Be like, hey, what are you doing? Happy birthday. It's like, okay, thanks, guys. They kept me on for a while. I was already sleep deprived, already carrying a big sleep debt, and they're awesome though. They're pretty great. They're great peeps. Oh wow, 800 on Stacker. Is it going to be worth 500 by itself if we get it? I think so too. I think you're right. I think you are right. Yeah, I really need to sleep. I have not been sleeping, but I have to stay up for another 5 hours at least. It's a nice little buy. Let me go to everyone, because everyone in the Telegram chats. Oh wow, giving me love. I'll just tell everyone, thanks for the love. Live love, everyone. Love spending time on live with y'all. With everyone. Whenever. Okay. Questions ranked. El Salvador holds over 7,500 Bitcoin worth $670 million as national reserves. El Salvador accumulates, again, 7,501 Bitcoin. Good for them. $4 trillion company JP Morgan to bring first tokenized money market fund to Ethereum. Strategy has acquired 10,645 Bitcoin for $980.3 million at 92,000 per Bitcoin, and then it tanked today. Digital asset investment products saw inflows totaling $864 million last week, making the third week of modest inflows overall, reflecting a cautious yet increasingly optimistic investor base. Okay. We got a live chat. Someone says, where is the gold logo Queen Tammy with the 3-week gold logo? She's always fun. She was on not too long ago. She was on like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, she was on recently, but now she's working a lot. She's working a lot, and yeah, she's working a little butt off. We were talking again last night, technically early this morning, and she was saying, "I need to nap. I'm dying here." Her granddaughter has she wants to talk to the real Randy Chavez. We had talked previously. I thought that's fun. Like kids are great. There's a reason why a lot of WWE superstars, they give their shirts, they give their wristbands, Rey Mysterio gives a mask, out to kids, because you probably create a fan for life. So if you take the younger generation and you say like, hey, here's this, it costs almost nothing, and again, they become a fan for life. What do I have to do? Talk to a little girl for 5 minutes and fan for life. Anyway, let's continue on here. Tolbooth Lily says, my view is that Canton is great for closed permission institution workflows inside its own ecosystem, but it's still very much coordinator based and vendor heavy. I believe requires participants to run nodes, rewrite processes into DAML contracts, etc. The way I see Devve is that it's aimed at being a neutral validation only settlement fabric that can connect multiple closed networks, including things like Canton, without forcing anyone to rewrite systems or trust a shared operator. So maybe look at it like Canton equals private intranet, and Devve is the internet between intranets. That'd be why I love his stuff. I love memes also. Kirby be like, I regret so many of my life choices. Kirby, you're so freaking cute. We love Kirby. $140 million were liquidated from the crypto markets between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. earlier today. Veve had a thing recently saying that's a wrap on their AR quest. Thanks to everyone who bought the adventure to life. We love seeing the creativity and passion, the way you showed up for the community. Today we're celebrating our 11 champions. Some of the champions were, the grand prize was KDerb0. And then other people that won were Freshness, Combo, HVAC Man, Meyer9, Majin Jesus, Urushi, Karina, GB Test, Garnet 21K, and Chikatam. Check your emails for details or prizes landing in your Veve account soon. Stay tuned for more adventures on the way. Real World Assets has 100 trillion DTCC CEO on RWA. The industry has been moving toward tokenization for years now. DTCC is acting as the core facilitator, tokenizing real-world assets at the foundational level, and letting institutions deploy them across different blockchains. That is bullish AF. Devve Ecosystems has billions of transactions, zero backup plan. Irreversible loss remains the default failure mode. Throughput is great until one key mishap erases an entire wallet. Dev Protect builds in recoverability and protection at the protocol level. because institutional security isn't measured by transactions per second. It's measured by what happens when something goes wrong. That's like Nick Fury talking to the council, and the council says, like, war isn't won by sentiment, director. And he says, no, it's won by soldiers. And then Captain America is just freaking going at it with, oh my God, that is such a freaking good movie. Because institutional security isn't measured by TPS. It's measured by what happens when something goes wrong. Like, you ever see, like, go into a company, especially a tech company, and it seems like there's a dude there that really doesn't do too much. He's always chilling. And it's like, how does he gets paid? How much? Not really doing much. And it's because he doesn't get paid to do things when things are going right. He gets paid to recover and do things when shit hits the fan and things go wrong. There are people that are at companies not for what they do when everything's chill. It's for what they do when things are not chill. And shout out to those guys, man. And shout out to the companies that recognize that. Happy birthday, everybody. Richard Devve says, I think the ASX needs Devve urgently. I wonder how many other exchanges are in need of help. From Morgan's research, ASIC convened in a probe into the ASX after a series of embarrassing events for the bourse, including a December 2024 settlement failure caused by a decades-old coding error and a full-day outage on November 16, 2020. The ASX also spent 7 years and $250 million on an effort to replace its aging settlement system with blockchain technology, only to write off the entire project in 2022. That is insane. JP Morgan launches tokenization cash on Ethereum. JP Morgan has rolled out JPM Coin, JPMD, on Ethereum's base 2, offering institutions 24/7 instant settlement using tokenized bank deposits. Okay. Bank of America says banks will move on-chain over the next several years. Agreed. Kevin Warsh becomes the new favorite on Polymarket to replace Jerome Powell as Fed Chair Reserve. That is 46% chance as of 12:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Less than 8 hours ago. That's not gonna happen. What we got here? Just got them in 8 special edition DB's Tiger. Floor by $7.99. Damn, the Randy Chavez birthday stream juju. Damn, good for you. That's a nice big purchase. A nice big purchase. Fabrizio from the Devve Telegram says, I don't have the exact date since it's somewhere the core team member knows, talking about the big announcement, but we will hear from Austin and Ray this week, that's for sure. What are they going to be talking about? Probably just a Devve digital roundup. I think it was recorded today. We'll get it sometime this week. And the announcement's not going to be in a Devve roundup. The announcement would be from the company on its own. I don't know when that is. On drop. Oh, you got it on the drop. Oh, shoot. So everyone, apparently if you buy something right now, your chances of getting something super special is to the moon. That's a great get. That is a great get. It's a great gift. It's a great gift. Moving on here. Yeah, this will be the interview that Austin was bugging him 3 weeks ago. So this should be a pretty good update from Devve this week. Bitmain's ETH holdings reached 3.97 million after acquiring 102,259 tokens over the past week, and the Senate punts crypto market structure bill to next year. PayPal submits application to become a U.S. bank. Let's see how that goes. I know it's very right. What if we kissed at Wienerland? What if? NASDAQ prepares filing to extend stock trading hours to 23 hours a day on weekdays. I wonder, bro, how are they going to do that? How are they going to do that? We'll see. We shall see. Treasury Secretary Besant calls to ban stock trading by Congress. Good. Amazing. That 1971 partner statue had sold for 56 million OMI, roughly $10,000, which is insane. Buying the world's biggest brands and IP with OMI hits different. Buy collectibles, burn OMI, and earn rewards. Start collecting Journey on Stacker World. That is a nice little thing from Akomi. And also, yeah, the Mint 1971 partner statue. Selling 56 million OMI, roughly $10,000 is bananas. Also, collectors holding PSA's parent company has agreed to acquire Beckett. They'll keep it as an independent brand. I don't know how more expensive BGS black labels are going to be. We'll see what happens. They bought Beckett. That is wild. Shout out to them. Consolidation. There's still a 49% chance that Jesus Christ returns before GTA 6 is released. That is scheduled for November of next year. So it is possible, according to Polymarket, you have a 49% chance that Jesus Christ returns within the next 11 months. Or they're betting that GTA 6 gets delayed to 2027. We'll see. There was a $3,000 bounty on the Mint 2009 Jake Common. That is the Avatar drop tomorrow. There's only 1 million OMI burned today. Thought that was interesting. A first edition, first printing set of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King sold for $250,000 on Heritage Auction. This is now the highest sale ever for this set. Sitting on the bathroom. What is that Taylor Swift line? Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground. T Swift. Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground. Oh, oh, meow, 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 meow. Oh my God. My day is so funny sometimes. Japan's SBI Holdings to launch a yen peg stablecoin with Startail. I have a bunch of messages, a bunch of stuff. Oh, shoot. All right. I think that's going to be it for the news here. Let's go over a little more crypto stuff. We haven't really talked about OMI all that much today. Let's take a look at that real quick. Down 8.5% to 000173. She's so cute. I can't wait for y'all to meet her. GTA 6 will be the biggest path to earn metaverse game out. Play to earn metaverse game out. Probably, yeah. Have you heard of VR chat? Of course is the horse. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go to Akomi here real quick on the coin market cap, and we are going to see that we're $48 million market cap here, 2.3 million in volume. Yeah, OMI price be down today. Be down. If it stays down for another couple months, and Devve goes up, I'll try to get 1 to 2 billion. We'll see. Drank some Jameson. Oh my God. Why? Give me one sec. How much? How much Jameson? Jeez, happy birthday, Randy. The number one Omi homie. Thank you, Internet Hokage. So yeah, not a good day for crypto here. I think actually 2 a glass. Half a glass? Okay. That's a lot for someone that doesn't drink. Feeling okay. Give me one sec here. All right, going to CoinGecko, and we're taking a look at Bitcoin down 4%, Ethereum down 6%, BNB down 4%, XRP down 6%, Solana down 4%, Tron down 1%, breaking that pattern. Lido Stake down 5.5%, Dogecoin down 5.5%. Figure HELOC actually up 2% on the day. Interesting. What else do we got here? Cardano down 5%, WBT down 4%, Wrapped ETH down 5.5%, Wrapped Bitcoin down 4%, Wrapped Bitcoin Cash down almost 6%, Wrapped Beacon ETH down 5.6%. Better. Better off aware. I don't know. I don't know what people are saying to me. Chainlink down 6%. Wrapped ETH down 5.5%. WETH down 5.5%. Aw. Miss you too, Bay. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, keep going. I'm only going to focus on stuff that's up or above or up or below 10%. And actually, surprisingly, there's really not many that I'm seeing here. Aster's down 12%. Athena is close, down like 9.3. That's really the Ondo down 10.5%. So again, despite Night from midnight down 11.5%. But despite those, like it being down, not everything is like down like that song, down. And that's in the top 100. Nancy May says, "Merry Christmas from the White House." She's looking good. She's looking good there. Fudge. I didn't mean to do that. Put enough for some. My bay's so funny. I've had a knack for having bays that are funny. They make me laugh. What do we got here? Jay Sean peaked with that song. That's the day. Down. Shout out to the 600 people that are here. Got to keep it going. Dr. Strange says, think I died and went to heaven. Leonardo dropping on Veve official. Straight fire. Shout out to whoever did the Ninja Gaiden Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mod. That's great. Let me give him some love here. Gotta love Dr. Strange. Such a cool dude. Great thing about being a low-level makeshift influencer is that you get friends everywhere. He's a great friend from New York. Jan Collect says, hey, let's support Veve Official as a community and help bring the app reviews up to date on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Many of the current reviews are years old and no longer reflect how the app looks and feels like today. Right now, Veve sits at a 3.8 star rating, which doesn't truly represent the experience, especially if we want to welcome the new collectors in the community. Check out the video and take part in the giveaway and let your voice be heard. And special thank you to those community members who donated Omi to the prize pool. Eno, Omi Homie, Uncle Iromi, Ferryman, Mr. Squeebs, Never Sell, and Real Zero Legacy. Updating reviews are awesome. Mr. MC1 talking about the Decobi stuff. Oh my God. I pray this group chat never leaks. Oh God. Matrix. Okay, Dobie. I'm looking for some other news here. Miss Gecko says, "Hey fam, check out these events happening today. We gotta love Miss Gecko." Elon becomes the first person in history to reach 600 billion net worth. I'm gonna argue this because I think Vladimir Putin and I think some Middle Eastern oil guys with that Arab money, that Saudi money, that Kuwaiti money. They probably have. Be advised, Kuwait is the only country I've ever been to where the United States military does not have to pay for gas. So or diesel, any type of oil. So for those that are unfamiliar with how things work in the United States military on military bases, whenever you need to fill up vehicles, you get like this gas card. You go in, you put it in, you put the diesel in, you write down how much gallons you use, how much like whatever, and it's all tracked. And that happens on every base in every country except for Kuwait. Kuwait is so rich. They're just like, America, thank you for saving us from Saddam Hussein. And you're just never going to pay for gas while you're over. So we don't have to pay for operations. It's only country I've ever been to that does that. It is wild. It is insane. Again, gotta really, really love countries that recognize. There's 41 ETH. Need to get you on one of the Veve Gold and Silver logo hoodies made by Don Juan Solo. If you watch the start of the show, I am wearing one of those that came in from Germany. Embroidery A+. Wicked good. Remember those Whip It commercials? Whip it. And whip it good. Oh, geez. convert and stop. Oh my god. It was a little tipsy. I'm streaming right now, trying not to laugh at some of the jokes. Anyway, the man Democrats tried to destroy is now worth more than most countries. Elon has shattered another record, becoming the first human being ever to reach a net worth of 600 billion, according to Forbes. Again, I think that's wrong. And he's just getting started. SpaceX is eyeing a potential IPO next year at a valuation of up to 800 billion. Elon owns approximately 42% of the company, meaning the IPO alone could add 168 billion to his fortune, pushing his net worth towards 677 billion. Tesla shares climbed 4% Monday after Elon announced the company is testing robotaxis without safety monitors in front of. Tesla shares climbed 4% on Monday after Elon announced the company is testing robotaxis without safety monitors in the front passenger seat. Stock is up 13% on the year despite constant media attacks. Meanwhile, his AI venture, XAI, is in advanced discussions to secure $15 billion in new funding at a $230 billion valuation. My God. Just 2 months ago, Elon became the first person to pass 500 billion. Now he's at 600 billion and accelerating. They burned his cars. They boycotted his products. They called him every name imaginable for supporting Trump and running Doge. His response? Adding another 100 billion to his net worth. What a W. What a mad lad. What a just, oh my God. Epic. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Webush says Tesla love Webush. Analyst says Tesla earnings power will 4x and 5x in 3 to 4 years. Elon is now a wartime CEO. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives doubled down on his Tesla bull thesis, predicting earnings will quadruple or quintuple over the next few years as Elon enters wartime CEO mode following his pay package victory. When I look out 3-4 years, earning power is 4x to 5x. I made videos on this back in the day, and they still haven't really fully rolled out Tesla insurance to every state. That float is going to be ridiculous. They don't, guys, they don't crash. Normal people crash every like 200 something thousand miles driven. People that drive Teslas, even without safety features on, without full self-driving, they crash every like 400 something thousand miles driven. With safety features, even higher than that. With full self-driving, it's like every like couple million miles driven. It's insane. Again, they just don't crash. So people are going to pay insurance because you have to. And then Tesla's never going to have to pay out. That float is going to be insane every month. Absolutely bananas. Anyway, when you think about true autonomous, it's going to change the whole margin profile, changes the whole growth story. Musk now, wartime CEO in terms of pay package, that's already cemented. This is just the start. We're also going to have ownership of XAI. Look what happened in SpaceX. This is the next AI chapter across the Musk ecosystem. And again, all of this stuff can be, all right, let me put on some, yeah, there we go. They're going to eat Uber's and Lyft's lunch. They might acquire them. They might just run them out of business. Again, they're just dominating in every aspect imaginable. Woodbush analyst says Tesla hitting a $3 trillion market cap by early 2027 on robotaxis and autonomous. I said 6 trillion by the end of the decade. I've said that literally since 2020. We're right on track for it. Wedbush Global head of technology, Dan Ives, predicted Tesla will reach a $2 to $3 trillion market cap within the next 2 years, declaring 2026 a golden chapter driven by robotaxis, autonomous driving, and Optimus robotics. Optimus. When it comes to physical AI, there is nothing better than NVIDIA and Tesla. This is going to be a golden chapter for Tesla. Robotaxis, cybercabs, volume production, true autonomous, and robotics in terms of Optimus. That's why we're looking at 2 trillion, ultimately probably $3 trillion market cap by late 2026, early 2027. Again, since 2020, I have said a $6 trillion market cap by 2030. Nothing's changed. On a cold day, it's all, oh no, Bay. It's all good, bae. I love it. Ow. Oh, look at that. Ow. Ow. I want to go. That is so cool. Ow. Dude, dogs in nature are so cool. El Salvador and XAI will redefine the future of public education. XAI and El Salvador announced the world's first national education program with AI. By taking Grok to every student in El Salvador, President Bukele is putting the most advanced artificial intelligence in the hands of an entire generation. As with all transformational inventions, AI itself is neither salvation nor condemnation. It's a mirror. It reflects the intentions of those who use it. We are the ones who will determine if it's used for destruction or for humanity to flourish. Nayib Bukele. What a righteous being. God is a righteous man, pretending like he can live without war. It's the same whole thing since 19. When collect. They're supposed to have a website go out this month, and the month's half over. So I don't know. We shall see. Elon Musk says El Salvador isn't waiting for the future of education. It's building the future together with XAI. Rah, rah, shish kamba. They're supposed to have a... What are they supposed to have? They're supposed to have a thing. When's the thing? Today? No. They're supposed to have a website this month. I don't know when, but we'll see. Nayib Bukele says children won't use Grok the way we use it. Grok will be used in all public schools in El Salvador over the next 2 years. Very good. Very good. Children won't use Grok the way we use it. A new software solution will be developed so that every child in El Salvador has a proactive and personalized tutor using Grok's brain from the first grade through the high school, adapted to their abilities, skills, and knowledge. Over 1 million students will receive AI-based personalized tutoring. Thousands of teachers will receive aid and support and allies in the education process. Adaptive tutoring will be provided, aligned with the curriculum, and adjusted to each student's pace, preferences, and level of mastery. Listen, video games are like the best teacher because it doesn't let you progress to the next level until you pass the previous one. And each person can go at their own pace. So like school should be a lot more like a video game, because you try to make this one size fits all mold, and clearly not everyone does it. It's like, I remember when somebody like a few years ago, they said like, yeah, check out this new diet. It's it's like vegan paleo. It's like super good for you. I was like, listen, I don't really do well on like vegetarian diets. I've tried it before. It's like, no, you haven't tried this one. This is a one size fits all. Everyone, and it's like you clearly don't have a fundamental understanding of how biology works and how nutrition works and all this. Because if somebody from like I don't know, like the Nordic countries, and someone from Mediterranean, someone from South America, they all try the same diet. It's going to have different effects. Like people clearly do better on certain diets than others. And again, it's the same way for like video games in school. Kids learn at different rates, kids learn at different paces, and they learn in different ways. And video games really just, again, there's no better way to teach someone than how like a video game. And I think AI is going to understand this fundamentally. And I think this is going to, like, this is exactly what I, talked to Lucy about in September. AI will streamline education. They'll be able to get to make the universities, either replace universities or make them more efficient. One second. Like I said, streamline them and make them more efficient. And then once they're able to do that, you'll have degrees that would normally take 4 years, that'll take 2 years. Costs will go way down. And the overall consequence of that will be humanity will become more efficient. And you're going to get your best minds into these schooling systems, these new schooling systems. And again, it's only going to help accelerate where humanity is going. And I think that's fantastic. Zombie, what up? Thank you for the super chat. Mr. Air 41, thank you for the super chat. We love y'all. If school's like a video game, people be in school for the 30s. Well, again, not if you're not good at school. Again, not everybody is meant for school. I never went to college. Why? Because I had other talents, and even after the military, I started making more than some of the people that I knew that went to Ivy League schools. Now, granted, they're probably smarter than me in most other things, but in finance, again, like you could have somebody that works on power lines. You have somebody that works on gas pipes. You have people that have incredible skills that are in like HVAC. That the world still needs to be ran. Like it still needs to have people go and do these things. Maybe not forever, but because eventually, robots with AI will be able to do that. But for the next several years, you're going to need a lot of these things, and you're always going to need people in construction. You're always going to need people in these incredible. The amount of things that men do are just freaking fantastic, where they build these impossible skyscrapers and buildings, and they do these impossible things, and they fix all of these, like without people to drive these trucks and do all of these things that need to be done, the world falls apart. So, and again, a lot of jobs, I feel like most jobs don't require school. Obviously, lawyer, surgeon, like a lot of these things, okay, you need to go to school for that, or at least you need to be. Well, in California, you don't need to go to school to be a lawyer. You can pass like Kim Kardashian is like really close to passing the bar, and the bar is generally some years are harder than others, but you can take the bar, and if you pass it, you can become a lawyer without having to go to school. So there are some cases you don't need to do it, but even like so again, in the veterinary field, I was able to do a lot of things just because, like, hey, we need somebody here. You're an extra body. You're going to be part of the surgery. And fuck, that started for me at 14, learning a bunch of awesome stuff and being able to do things I probably shouldn't have been doing. But, dogs and cats are considered property. So, they're a little loose with certain things, especially when it's like, okay, he knows how to do it. Doesn't matter. It's like 15 years old at this point. Let him do this. Let him be the anesthesiologist. Let him do, yeah. Wild stuff in those days. I assume it's a bit more regulated now. But yeah, like, so if school's not your thing, it doesn't matter. Again, I didn't go. Aside from like high school, which everyone finishes, like no formal education. Even then, I didn't learn shit in high school. What did I learn? Maybe sometimes how to deal with difficult people, and really just blossoming as a social ambivert butterfly, and maybe have a little bit more empathy for people, which you definitely need. But as far as stuff that I've retained from there, I don't remember goddamn thing. All of my success happened outside of school. And I feel like AI would recognize this in many things. And AI would go in and say, like, okay, they would take someone like me when I was younger and be like, okay, this is not working. You're gonna go here and you're gonna flourish here. I didn't know I was good at finance. Like, I was good at math. My dumb ass never put two and two together. I was like money, but I just never had a job. But then after the military, get this one job interview, nail it. I've actually never had a job interview where I didn't get it. And then I haven't worked for anyone, and since then. Boo, you still haven't finished Pokemon Soul Silver, bro. Listen, man. For Soul Silver, your best, Totodile's really good because you could have Ice Fang, I think, in Soul Silver. And that, like, that immediately you can get by Lance. So Totodile is really good evolving into Coconut, and then for Alligator, because again, he can learn Ice Fang or Ice Punch. He can learn both, but really, really good against Claire and against Lance, who's the champion in Johto. Defeat the Elite Four as many times as possible before you defeat all Kanto gym leaders. You can go to Kanto, you can do whatever. So the team that I would use for Soul Silver would be Totodile, Mareep, and obviously Totodile evolves into Feraligatr, Mareep evolves into Flaffy, then Ampharos. Nidoking is really good. So definitely get a male Nidoran. And then he can learn Dig, he can learn Earthquake, he can learn Return. Obviously, Surf I would give him as well, just because every single water Pokemon I have learned Surf. Everyone that can know Surf does know Surf. It's an HM. You can use it as much as you want. And Those are probably all you need. And then have a HM slave, get like a ferret, a sentry or a ferret for an HM slave. They can know strength, they can know cut. And then that's really it. And strength is a decent move as well. And ferret's actually a pretty good Pokemon. Very fast. But honestly, Raticate's not bad either. Like, people sleep on Raticate. Why? Remember in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, where Aragorn's talking to King Theoden, and he's talking about the 10,000 Uruk-hai that's coming, like 10,000, and Aragorn says, "It is an army bred for a single purpose: to destroy the world of men." Raticate can be raised for a single purpose. It is to destroy Red's level 77 Snorlax. Superfang immediately takes half. And again, he's a normal type Pokemon, so you teach him Return. And then he's got Return, he's got a beast attack. It's the highest attack that you can get. He's got the stab bonus. So 2 Superfangs and then a Return, or a Superfang, a Hyperfang, and a Return. Again, that is, or you don't have to do that. You could give someone like Dynamic Punch, and that can, confuse him. That's just super effective on him. There's not really a lot of good fighting Pokemon in the game, though. And you won't be able to, like, if you get like a Poliwag, they can be like a good rod for him. You won't be able to evolve him into Poliwrath until way late in Johto. That's the one thing I do not like about Gold and Silver, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver, is that aside from Moonstones, you can't evolve any Pokemon that evolved by Stone up until Johto, which is like insane. So yeah, definitely don't like that. But for Alligator, Nidoking, and Ampharos is probably the 3 that you would need. A bit, because there's not a lot of trainers and experience points to go around. If you have a full team of 6, it's just, you're never going to. There's going to be a lot of grinding, because they're going to be very underleveled by the time you get to the Pokemon League on the Johto side. And again, there's just not a lot of trainers, or there's not enough trainers. It's not a big enough game for you to have all of them at a sufficient level to defeat Red. So you can go to Cal. That's a place in Viridian City. You can battle him once a day. He's got a level 50 Typhlosion for Alligator and Meganium. Again, you can battle him once a day in Viridian City. I'll get one to Viridian City. Also, I just recognized... Shit, give me one sec. Hold on, let me... I gotta let everyone know my fans are asking for my bay. Oh God, I can't. Oh shoot. Eh. Okay. Oh God, wrong one. Why does this take forever? My meow are fascinated by the mystery of who my bay is. All right, let's get to some new comments over here. Oh God. All right, I'm sorry. We're still in the silver version here. She's so funny. I don't. God, this girl's awesome. And anyway, you don't even need. So some people are like, okay, well, what about the shiny red Gyarados? You can do, if you don't want for Alligator, which I definitely recommend. You can make use of because there's no need for 2 water Pokemon, right? What you could do at that point, but Gyarados you really need for Waterfall. But again, if you want to take Cyndaquil into Quilava and then eventually into Typhlosion. Not a bad start because, you know, there's some bug Pokemon at the beginning. Then you have the Sprout Tower. You can really get Cyndaquil evolved or close to it by the time that you beat Falkner. And that's the first gym badge. Really good against Bugsy, the second gym badge. Can burn. I think Quilava can learn Dig as well. But can burn and smoke screen Whitney's Meltank. And then it can cause him to miss, or it can cause Meltank to miss. And which is really big because, you know, rollout is such a devastating move after a while. And then is effective against Morty's ghosts because fire affects it. And then Jasmine, take Jasmine no problem because it's steel. She has steel Pokemon. Fire is super effective against it. You would have a little bit of trouble with Chuck because Chuck has the you know, has a Poliwrath. But for that, all you need is Ampharis. You know, Thunder Punch, boom, done. Done, 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 done. God, why is she so funny? So again, those would be my three. So if you take Typhlosion and Ampharis, that's really all you need. Typhlosion and Ampharis for because then you get and they'll be both in the level 30s by the time you get to Gyarados at the Lake of Rage. You capture them. You could use a Master Ball on them. You could not. And Soul Silver, you get Lugia. Lugia is okay. But Ho-Oh is really like the special attacker. Lugia is like the Umbreon version of the legendary birds. Umbreon has high defense, high special defense. But the attacks for Umbreon are really not good because one, the attacks are low. Like he has a very low attack stat and a special stat. And again, there's not a lot of good dark moves. Like Pursued is not good. But for Espeon, Espeon's got that high special attack. A little frail, you know, not a lot of defense, but the psychic moves are just out of this world. Obviously, like Confusion and Psychic. Confusion's great, stab move. Psychic is just, again, super powerful. And again, Lugia is like Umbreon, and Moltres is like Espeon. So you can get Lugia if you want. I don't really think you need him. I think you really need only those three Pokemon. Definitely Ampharis. Actually, Ampharis might not even be in Soul Silver, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, no, Ampharis is there, just not in Crystal. Ampharis, Nidoking, and Typhlosion. And that's... And again, Nidoking's really just for ground, which you don't really need a lot of. Again, a lot of the stuff that you can... Again, because if you have fire... If you have fire, you know, that takes care of, you know, the steel. If you have water, that takes care of the other ground and rock type Pokemon. So you don't really need Nidoking. I freaking love him though. All right. Anyway, Mr. sorry, Miss 41 says MC1 nice. Love a gold and silver logo hoodie. I missed the first hour of the stream. Make sure to watch the show is over. Awesome, connected with Don Home Solo. All things strange. I was just talking about you. All good things. All good things. This is no, it's because there was a side mission before the 8th gym leader, and the lady was telling me what to go do, and I spammed like buttons like, okay, shut up, lady. Oh, so before the 8th gym, so that's Claire. You have to go to the Dragon's Den, and in the Dragon's Den, there's a couple trainers there. You beat them pretty easily, but you have to defeat these trainers. I think you have to defeat your rival again, and then you have to answer like 5 different questions. So the Dragon's Den is, I think, north of Blackthorn City. It's not at the Lake of Rage, but it's pretty close. And you just go in and you answer this person's questions. They give you a Dragon Fang. You show that to Claire. She gives you a badge. You battle her, whatever. And then that's it. That's all you have to do. And then you could move on to the Elite Four finally. Didn't know what she was saying was important, and they wouldn't like to. Yeah. So just go to the Dragon's Den, defeat the trainers, get asked a bunch of questions, answer them in a correct order, and then that's it. Did you ever try and catch the Azelf, the pink one, and the Sleepy Dude after Pokemon Diamond? I didn't. I played Diamond and Pearl once or twice. By then, I was in high school. I was focused on boxing. I was focused on girls. I didn't really play all that often. Turtwig's a beast. Like Torterra, like just knowing Earthquake by level up is insane. Like really insane. The obviously Piplup's really cool because Dawn has Piplup, so you get Prinplup, you get Empoleon, and then Ash obviously having, you know, Infernape is dope. AF2, good sweeper, good special, good, just good everything. Torterra is just so dope. The Torterra is so freaking cool. Then the gift. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I never really played that generation a lot. Black and White 2 is really where I picked it back up again. I was like, okay, this is dope. Omar, thank you for reposting. Anyway, moving on with this, adaptive tutoring will be provided, aligned with the curriculum and adjusted to each student's pace, preferences, and level of mastery. The program helps to ensure that children from urban as well as rural areas receive world-class personalized education. XAI and government of El Salvador will jointly develop new methodologies, database, and frameworks for the responsible use of AI in the classroom. The program will prioritize the local context, security, and a human-centered approach to promote scientific discovery and deepen human understanding of the universe, to use cutting-edge AI capacities to accelerate learning at scale, to reduce educational gaps and foster innovation that benefits humanity, to make advanced AI accessible for all and transform the way in which countries build knowledge for future generations. Love it all. Good evening, Omar. How's it going, Ben? I'm in live for a little over 2.5 hours. Love having the Pokemon talks here. You guys are great. So I don't know what your team is. That's really all you need. But be advised, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, in the original Gold and Silver, the Elite Four in Johto doesn't change ever. Doesn't matter how far you get in the game. That doesn't change. Keep beating them as many times as you want. But in Soul Silver, the Elite Four, which is great for growing your Pokemon experience, getting money, it goes again. Lance has a level 50 Dragonite, but then everything changes when the Fire Nation attacks. Speaking of which, Avatar: Last Airbender trailer, it looks so good. Once you defeat Blue, who becomes the new Viridian City gym leader, once you defeat him, the Elite Four in Johto change, and everyone has like level 70 Pokemon. It's like, what? So that's really wild. That's really insane. And then yeah, Red is super hard. In terms of, hi Omar, ever get the action? Nah. That's like basketball players that are just like making fun of others, like, oh, backboard user. We don't need no action replay. If you're true OG gamers. Shout out to the 680 people that are here. Let me take a picture of that for Snapchat. Who's this? It's on YouTube. Will know me one day, maybe. Of course, Bay. He'll be known. Everyone will love you. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. What I didn't like about the Gen 2 games is that clearly in the old games, you know, Houndour and Houndoom, you couldn't play them. They didn't exist yet. So it's like, okay, I would love to be able to, like, it's the Growlithe and Arcanine version of Gen 2. Like, I would love to get those somewhere in Johto, but you can't. They're only in Kanto really late into the game. It's like, it's kind of shitty. I don't like that. I used to catch Darkrai. Walked on water for like 12 minutes, then got the island where he was chilling at. Yeah, that's fair. There's a bunch of like Easter eggs that happen in Gen 3 and Gen 4 and all that. Also, that's one of my favorite Pokemon movies, the Rise of Darkrai. I actually learned how to play that song on the violin. So Oracion, do 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 Yeah, The Rise of Darkrai is one of my favorite movies. Palkia, Dialga, Darkrai, and like that's really good. I really like it. You buy Pokemon cards on Fanable? Nah, no need. No need. Darkrai is really cool. Love that. Everyone will love you. Okay, now we'll see how you feeling. Who was more demonic, Darkrai or Giratina? Well, Giratina is literally like the Lord of the Underworld. I would say Giratina is technically more demonic, but Darkrai is just. I really like Darkrai. Like Darkrai, really cool Pokemon. Really good Pokemon to have. It's just fun. If we're in a bear market, can Omi do well regardless? If so, how well do you think? I don't know if we are in a bear. We might be, but listen, guys, it could be rough for another. It could be rough for another year. This again, 4-year cycle, pretty much dead. 4-year cycle is not non-existent anymore. I'm not saying we don't have another blow off top. We probably will, but again, when Manu who taught. So again, Manu, for those that missed it, because Bitcoin's negative on the year, in a year when it's supposed to go crazy. Like, yeah, we've gone up to 126, but you know, we went down $46,000 in 46 days from October like 16th to the next 46 days afterwards, went down to 79.9. It's just, it doesn't look good. We haven't had any of the makings of a Santa rally. The charts just look like shit. Like they look horrible. And again, you have all these major people buying so much, and the price, like Michael Saylor buys $2 billion worth of Bitcoin in 2 weeks, and then it goes out. Agreed. It is the institute that's mass manipulation on a massive level. And again, when Manu came on the other day, he had said like, "Hey, listen, on the 15th or whatever in October, the day before the big crash, you got a call from an undisclosed person saying like, hey, close out any longs that you have." Okay, he listened, and then the next day everything tanked. Clear manipulation there. Obviously, Manu's not part of that. He just hears things through the grapevine. But he had said like, hey, listen, be advised, I'm getting warnings from the same type of people that in February, March of next year, it's going to be a bloodbath. And maybe that's their plan now, and they decide not to go through with it. Maybe they decide not to do it, but this is why investing in companies, even if you don't invest in their crypto, but like it's probably a pretty good idea. So yeah, I have a bunch of the Definity token, but I have a bunch of the companies that are behind it, DMA Link and Bloomsbury Money. And it's actually a lot more than what I have in the actual token. Because regardless of how well the crypto does, the underlying company is still raking it in. Like, oh my God. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with all these. Jen, can you girl, okay. Come back on the podcast soon. We miss you. We miss you. Got the notification. Okay. I love my friends. They're so freaking cool. Oh, yes, she liked it. Hopefully Jen Scott Pickett comes back on the podcast. She's been on twice, thrice soon. Don't mind me, just perpetually late to responding to messages, but time is just a construct, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, girl. Time is just a construct. So again, you could have let me survive these holidays first yet. Love to. You're so fun to talk to. Yes. Okay, cool. Good times, good times. Jen Scott Pickett he just books out, major influencer, and she says I'm fun to talk to. And she had said that she has all of these examples and all the women that she interviews where their toddlers say the wildest things where they're just like, I chose for you to be my mommy, or, you know, I have a memory from my previous life when I was a dude, or I was like whatever. What? And it's just, and she can discern like the people that are like kind of BSing versus the moms that are like, listen, this is what my kid said. I have no idea what this means. And kids like freaking solving their own murders. Like shit is wild down there. And she's like one of the leading authorities on it. And I freaking love her. You guys still have money to buy the dip? I'm outie. I have no money. Yeah. Anyway. What do we got over here? Yeah, just wait, because institutions are still doing their puppet show. The bull market never happened yet. Just stack your bags, the big boy. I am so out of money. It's not even funny. Going to make back a bull cycle like we've never seen before. I agree. I think that'll happen. We just might have to wait a while. Be patient and be happy. I have more time to stack. Agreed. Watch early screening on The Housemaid. It was what? Ooh, I want to see that. I want to see that. Also, shout out to the 700 people that are here. I love this game. Let's take a look. See it. Turning up the comment. Oh, dude, people are so funny, man. Okay, let's keep on going here. Crybaby alert. Don't care about that. Damn, the Wedbush stuff is going hard. And SpaceX IPO won't hurt Tesla. Autonomous is worth $1 trillion alone. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives dismissed concerns that a SpaceX IPO would steal investor attention from Tesla, arguing that Elon ecosystem expands rather than competes, with Tesla's autonomous technology alone being worth $1 trillion. I actually think it expands the ecosystem from SpaceX to Tesla and the ownership of XAI. When it comes to Tesla, that continues to be the best play because the autonomous is worth $1 trillion alone. Plus, Optimus in terms of true robotics. They can own 70 to 80% of the autonomous market globally over the coming years. Ives is betting on owning any piece of the Elon empire increases interest in all of it. SpaceX IPO doesn't cannibalize Tesla. It validates the entire ecosystem and brings more money into Elon stocks. That part was written by AI. Ask me how I know. So much good news in crypto right now. The market is tanking. Are you worried about Devve announcing their partnership? Falling short of expectations? No. I am worried about them delaying the announcement. I'm like, they're like, once they do, it's going to go crazy. I'm just a bit concerned that it's not going. Like, I'm sure if it is delayed, it'll be like early January. But I'm not concerned that they'll deliver. They always do. The team is awesome. I'm slightly, again, I have a tiny bit of money stocked away for a rainy day. If they come out with a roundup this week and they say the announcement is coming, we have a date, and it'll be in January of 2026. I don't know how it responds. You could go back down 25 cents, 20 cents. I'll buy a bunch there. 5 Devve tokens for $1. Bro, I'm gonna go so hard down there if that happens. But again, you know, like I'll be playing this dangerous game where there's the episode of Dragon Ball Z, where it's in the Buu saga. Goku's asking for people's energy. They give it. They're all tired. And then he's asking for more energy. And King Kai is like, no, stop it, Goku. Because like that's the energy they need to live. And putting any more is going to take away from the money that I need to live. And I just got a girlfriend, so this is like the most inopportune timing like ever. And again, I could sell shares, I could sell, but this is like short-term pain, long-term gain. Yeah. So again, the announcement, once they do it, it'll blow away everyone's expectations. It'll shine such a strong light on Devve. The token will go absolutely bananas. And they can still do it in Q4, but a lot of people are starting to think it'll probably be January. And like, God forbid they say like, hey, we have a firm date. It's going to be in Q2 guaranteed, but early Q2. Like again, if that were to happen, price go bye-bye. Price go down, way down. But again, like the last time they had a delay, And the delay was, hey, we were supposed to get this stuff done in Q3, and it literally gets done the first few days of Q4. Not that much of a delay. So, we'll see. GTA 6 drops mid-bulls, any token associated with Metaverse 10x minimum. Probably. Omi Oh My, is this happy birthday, Randy? Hey, Omi Oh My, thank you so much for the super chat. It means a lot. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Australia moves to tighten gun laws after Bondi beach attack. Only as strong as the weakest link. That's hard. What else do we got here? Trump's $300 million White House ballroom on track for 2028. The East Wing is gone. Something bigger is coming. National Park Service confirms construction on Trump's 90,000 square foot White House ballroom remains on schedule for summer of 2028. Privately funded annex built where the East Wing once stood will host nearly 1,000 guests under bulletproof glass, ending decades of outdoor state dinners held under temporary tents. Cost $300 million, up from an initial $200 million estimate. Funded entirely by a coalition of tech, energy, and crypto donors. National Trust for Historic Preservation is suing, claiming Trump's team bypassed key reviews, professional oversight, and public input while downplaying environmental impact. NPS response is no significant impact, with historic views from Lafayette Park and Ellipse remaining mostly intact. East Wing came down in October. Underground work continues despite injunction efforts. Critics call it a gilded controversy. Reporters see it as long overdue upgrade to America's most famous residence, building without taxpayer money, agreed. Whether it becomes a celebrated additional or legal quagmire depends on the courts and the clock. Trump's term could end just months after completion. Either way, he's literally reshaping the White House. Agreed. GTA 6 will put metaverse projects on bye. Agreed. Colette 911 says, if you had to guess, what do you think David Yu's announcement before year end is, Randy? I don't know. I don't know. Could be IP. I mean, like, he already announced Collect, and that is a huge freaking deal. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are announced. Street Fighter came out. Like, I don't know. That would be cool if he talked to the candy licensors. That would be great. That would be incredible. That'd be so dope. That'd be an amazing announcement. Maybe they raised money. Maybe they had like Tesla or SpaceX. They had someone like, invest with them, Apple, Google, whatever. Let's say they raised how much money? Like, that would be really cool. That'd be really dope. Pika! Dude, Bukele's got a 91% approval rating. That is bananas. Where's Trump on here? I don't think we have Trump on here. Putin's got a 79%. How does he have 79%? That's definitely not real. Oh, Donald Trump, 41% approval rating. Oof, that's not good. But Bukele, 91%. Awesome. Oh. Jesus. Sorry. Pentagon preparing biggest military command overhaul in decades. CENTCOM, EUCOM, AFRICOM to be consolidated under new structure. CENTCOM. Senior Pentagon officials are preparing sweeping changes to how the U.S. military is organized at its highest levels, consolidating 11 combatant commands down to 8. Under the plan, expected to be presented to Secretary Hegseth this week, U.S. Central Command, European Command, and Africa Command would be downgraded. Love AFRICOM. Placed under a new U.S. International Command. I'm not reading all of that. That's insane. Pika! What we got here? All right, we got a minute left here before the 3-hour mark, and then I'll bounce. Because I want to take a nap before I need to shower too. Thank you, Omar, for reposting. Y'all are my bays. Let's go to my For You page and see what's going on here. Oh shoot. I don't need to do that. Claritza with the incredible cosplay. It's just amazing. Okay. Shout out to our side for reaching level 100 on Veve. Very good. Comes and Crypto says they turned their ceiling into a Harry Potter permanent decoration. That's awesome. The dip keeps on dipping. It does. Vivi Newbie says, Dear Vivi Official, why is there an arrow in the body of the Banshee that Jake is riding? And why is it in his butt? I don't know. Does he get shot? Good call. My Bay says, I'm like a fish out of water away from you. Aw, Bay. All right, let's keep going here. Jan Collects I read before. OW3 is really, really excited about Ken. What else do we have here? Vivi Meister, 13 hours ago, says, Vivi update. It's been a while. Maybe someone was able to spot some clues on the collect chain. Post your findings here. Great night, Randy. Hope you get late. Well, my girlfriend does not live with me yet. One day next year. I think we hit 75 Bitcoin. Lots of DCA opportunities. It's possible. Yeah, again, had the girlfriend here this weekend. Supposed to be in bed in your freezing room. Let me see here. Having to tell phone sex. Oh my gosh. Had to tell them my girlfriend doesn't live with me yet. That'd be cool if we get so I mean, we'd have a lot of buying opportunities. Again, I just really have not a lot of money to buy these dips. Yeah. What's the quickest y'all have ever gone from dating to moving in with someone? Bro, I was, granted, military is a whole other beast. There was this girl, Greg. Her name was Sloan. Well, her name was Patricia, but her original last name was Sloan. In the military, we go by last names. Her last name was Sloan. And then she got married, and then she was Greg. So, awesome chick, just super awesome chick. And I asked her, I was like, hey, how long, because there was a bunch of guys and girls on the shift, and I was like, how long, when did you know? And she's like, oh, I knew after like a month. I was like, a month after dating, you like, if he would have proposed, you would have said yes? She's like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I was like, oh my God. And then like, that's not the only girl that I've ran into that has had, and again, very smart woman, very, very well put together, very, very great head on her shoulders. And then it was, again, I haven't talked to this girl in years. The veteran bond runs deep, though. You feel that you serve this. Bays. Love them all. I think I knew my ex in a past life. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. As soon as I start talking about this, get an extra 20 people here. Shout out to the over 700 people out here. Sign a prenup, you never know these days. Yeah, of course. Of course, there's a horse. This is what I mean when like people being able to recognize generosity, because if I'm looking at an outside point of view and I was like, okay, this dude is really generous on me. This dude is really awesome. Yeah, he's gonna make you sign a ironclad prenup. You'll get nothing if you divorce. But if you don't change, if you're just really cool all the time, you're really chill all the time, he's gonna shower you with with things like he'll be over generous if that were to ever come to that. He'll be a very rich man in the future with the Omi investment. Omi, Devve, Definity, Dacat, the big four. If you look at all the tokens I hold since April, Omi, Dacat, Devve, and Definity, if you were to buy each of them in April, Dacat is the leader, and not just because everything else went down this much and Dacat only went down this much. No, Dacat's actually increased, like 3x since then. Everything else, maybe like 2.5x. Today's a really bad day, but everything else has gone down. So I'm really excited that I've been able to help do that and build that brand. Now, obviously, that won't last forever because there'll be some of these cryptos out there. Again, Omi, Devve, Definity. In my opinion, they'll all do 100x. I don't know if the cat's going to do 100x. Well, not from down here, from the bottom maybe, because that'd be a $40 million market cap, and I think that's possible. I think Omi will go to eventually 2030s. Yeah, I don't see why not. It'd be a great company. You okay? How you feeling? Oh, he's still in the bathroom. Yeah. So I think all of these have a really big chance of doing stuff. And yeah, if we get 75K BitK, there'll be a lot of DCA opportunities all over the place. Which ones will you get? Who knows? Goes to $1, we're all million. Dude. I think Omi could go to $1 in the 2030s. I wouldn't expect it right away. But I mean, anything can happen. So again, I'd say 2030s, but who knows? Had to guess. Yeah, I don't know what David announcement would be. All right, let's go back to Twitter here. I could end it at any time. We're over 3 hours now. Oh God, there's an Omanite overlord. Oh Lordy, there's an Omanite overlord. Collecting every first edition Omanite in the world. Got 126 Almanites. But he's got, and they're all first edition, and 2 of them are PSA 10. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's take a look at eBay. Almanite also from Fossil. First edition PSA 10. Where are we here? Damn, 200 doll hairs. Okay, these Almanites are 200 doll hairs. Again, from the Fossil. There is another first edition Almanite, but it's from Neo Discovery. Let's go to filter. Go to completed and sold items. And completed and sold. Yeah, it's been $200+. Somewhere 300. Okay, yeah, it's wild. I think a lot of people will sell their complete only that for though. Yeah, I mean, I'd be a fool if I didn't sell everything at like 20 cents. I have so much, guys. I have over 300 million Omi. I have like a lot. Over 300 million Omi is a lot. At 003, I'm at $1 million in Omi, give or take. That's probably something that I would sell a little bit there because again, even at 002, I have like 600 something thousand. Probably a good idea at that point if other stuff is down to sell some, and even at those levels, which were a buy level, a few years ago. But yeah, it's gonna. But again, if I get to $500 million, then at 001, it's $500,000. And that's if I get to $500 million. I get to $1 billion, 001 millionaire again. So it's it's nice. Again, just with Omi, anyway. Obviously, with other stuff, it's already completed. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce on. 2 to 3 years ago, I was dreaming of having 10 million Omi, and it seemed impossible. Now I have 70 million and climbing. Dreams come true. I feel like that's you're the scientist in Pokemon, the first movie. Like, we dreamed of creating the world's strongest Pokemon, and we succeeded. You have enough Omi Randy to buy like 1,000 acres of Beaververse land. Country. Donkey Kong Country. Really want to buy a lot of land in Madagascar and to really help save animals. Helping to save animals is I think will hopefully be one of my greatest achievements. Trying to become the Brown Steve Irwin, and really be like, hey, and again, I want to work with the family, because they, in one of Steve's like most famous interviews, he had said that he wanted to, every single cent I get goes straight into conservation. And me, money, I love money. I can't get enough money. I'm going to buy wilderness areas with it, and I don't give a rip whose money it is. I'm going to take and so I mean, the family has a lot of experience with doing that, and again, it's just something that 1111 make a wish. I wish for the best possible outcome between me and my bae, and whatever happens, happens. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Everyone, one more time: Bill Gardner, William Kiefer, O'Malley Show, Mr. MC1, Jesus, that super chat, Vivi Zombie, Mr. 41, and Omi Oh My. Thank you guys so much. Thank you everyone that's here. 735 people that are here. Y'all are my bays. Let me go give a hey. Yeah. Send that to my story. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, and everybody say bye-bye to Deshi. Deshi, I love you. Happy birthday to me. Oh. Never mind.